Enter live. Address and search bar. Edit text. MLB. UCAB. MLB. Live stream baseball games. MLB.com. Log into your account. Collapse. Log into your account. Collapse. The previous day. Button. The select date. Next day. Button. Date session. July 9, 2022. 15 games available. List view. Review. MLB. Expanded library. MLB. Simply create a new username. MLB.media. Choose your favorite team broadcast. Time and location. With game. Row 1. MLB.tv. MLB audio. 7:15 p.m. Eastern Time. At Fenway Park. Row 2. Yankees versus Red Sox. Fox icon. Fox. NYY. WFAN. Comma. Lotto. Fox. WCCF. Comma. WBBI. 10:10 p.m. Eastern Time. Cubs versus Dodgers. Fox icon. CHC. Mark. Lake. Flash. SNLA. CHC. WSC on Flash. 570, comma. KPNQ. 10:10 p.m. Eastern Time. Blue Jays versus Mariners. Fox icon. Score. SNET. C. RSNW. Score. Row. SN 500. C. Hero. Link. MLB.tv. Available 90 minutes after time and location. Game. Row 1. MLB.tv. MLB audio. Video. Row 1 column. 10 p.m. Eastern Time. A guaranteed rate field. Tigers versus White Sox. Fox icon. Set. ESPN. CWS. NBCSC set. Row 2. WS White. CWS. WRTO, comma. WFB. Video highlights icon. Video highlights icon. 2:15 p.m. Eastern Time. Phillies versus Cardinals. Watch icon. 5. NBCSP. SPL. PSFW. 5. Row. WTPS, comma. WIP. SPL. KMOX, comma. WIJR. Link. Video highlights icon. Video highlights icon. Highlights. 4:05 p.m. Eastern Time. Angels versus Orioles. Clock icon. Long. PSW. Bell. MASN. Long. Rosa. KLAA. Bell. 98 Rock. Video highlights icon. Video highlights icon. Highlights. 4:05 p.m. Eastern. Twins versus Rangers. Clock icon. Fin. PSNO. Text. PSSW. Fin. Rosa. PIBN. Text. 105, comma. KFLC. Video highlights icon. Video highlights icon. 4:07 p.m. Eastern. Astros versus Athletics. Clock icon. Blue. KP Coke. NB Blue. KP, comma. KPME. Coke. Basecast. Video highlights. Video highlights icon. 4:10 p.m. Eastern. Rockies versus D-Backs. Clock icon. Call. APTR. Ari. PSAP. Call. Racola. Lake. Ari. So. Lake. Comma. 98.7. Video highlights icon. Video highlights icon. 4:10 p.m. Eastern. Guardians versus Royals. Clock icon. Tweak. PSDL. KC. PSKC. Tweak. Rowie. WPAM. Lake. Press search plus stick. MLB. TVMLB.com.
Leading 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 to you by Conrad's Cleeveland Game. ADP's offer flat. This is Mike Cooper, and you'll find Sunnyside Toyota on your home or business.
Hey, Guardian Vegetarian Diet is over cycle or processed for Cleveland Indians.
Oh, over here, little Guardians fans. From Compton Stadium in Kansas City, Missouri, it is game number 82. We officially, mathematically, start the second half of the 2022 campaign with today's contest between the Cleveland Guardians and the Kansas City Royals. Hi again, everybody. Tom Hamilton and Jim Rosenhaus ready to bring the Guardians baseball on another beautiful day in Kansas City. It'll be steamy, but not as bad as yesterday. Temps today will be in the 80s. Sunshine, just a few white fleecy clouds overhead. Not much of a breeze, but what we do have is blowing in from left field. As always, the best in the business, Brian Moxey, keeping us on the air command center, and the outstanding Jerry Chapin joining us here in the booth in Kansas City. We greet you today from Cleeveland Stadium, one of the biggest ballparks in the American League when you talk about that outfield area. 330 down each line, 387 to the gaps, and 410 to dead center. So you're looking at a ballpark that is anywhere from 10 to 17 feet deeper at various parts of the ballpark than, say, Progressive Field in Cleveland. So what that means is a lot of extra base hits here, down the lines and in the gaps, and a lot of extra base hits here that would be routine singles. In other ballparks, they don't get very deep into the outfield, but so much room to cover that you can have a hustle double out of the box if that's what you're thinking the moment you leave the batter's box. Cleveland right now in its toughest spin of the year. They have now lost 5 in a row, and in the last 2.5 weeks, the Guardians have gone 4-13. So they have now dropped below the 500 mark at 40-41, and Cleveland finds itself 4.5 games out of first place. And the Guardians also find themselves trying to hold off the White Sox, who are just a game and a half in back of Cleveland. Kansas City at 31-51, still the second worst record in the American League. Only Oakland has had a tougher go of it, and the Royals in last place, 14 games out. The umpires today, Ron Culpa, the crew chief behind the plate. Carlos Torres will be at first, Nate Tomlinson at second, and Chris Conroy is your third base umpire. Cleveland has gone 5-3 against the Royals so far this season. Remember, the season actually opened here in April because the first week of the regular season was pushed back to a later time during the course of this campaign due to the lockout, which also means the season will end in Cleveland with these two ball clubs playing 6 games at the end of the season in Cleveland, 6 in a row to finish up the 2022 campaign. Cleveland will see the second time this year Jonathan Easley. He pitched a pretty solid game against the Guardians back in May when he went 6 innings, gave up 3 runs in a no decision. Easley, 25 years of age, 6'3", and 225. Fastball, curveball, slider, and changeup. Stephen Kwan really hit the ball well last night, only had 1 hit to show for it, but he had rockets all over the ballpark. He'll lead it off for Cleveland. Easley, from the set, he fires, and today's first pitch is outside, ball 1. So we are underway here at Cleeveland Stadium in Kansas City, Missouri. 85 degrees, our game time temp. Now the 1-0 pitch. Kwan takes the strike, and it evens the count at 1-1. Kwan started his major league career in this ballpark and had that incredible first series. 9 hits in that 4-game series. He had 1 game with 5 hits. The next pitch to him, and Kwan lifts one in the air to shallow left center, and it is dropping between Witt, Benintendi, and Taylor. And a hustle double for Stephen Kwan, and that's just what I talked about at the outset. That's a fly ball in the shallow left center that nobody could get to in this massive outfield, and it fell between three players, and Quan was thinking double out of the batter's box, just heads up base running by Quan, and he has his 10th double of the year. And in this ballpark, Stephen Quan this year has gone 11 for 18. Here's Ahmed Rosario, batting 121 over the last 9 games. Righty-righty matchup. And the pitch. And a curveball drops in there. Andrew Benintendi is in left field. Michael Taylor is in center field. And the right fielder is Edward Olivares. Hunter Dozier at first with Merrifield at second. Bobby Witt at short. Nicky Lopez at third. And M.J. Melendez catching. That pitch drilled Rosario. That came up and in, and he throws the bat away, hunched over to the left of home plate. He really got drilled with a fastball that was up high. Looked like it may have caught him somewhere in the shoulder area. But the Guardians quickly have 2 men aboard. But I'll tell you what, that caught him right up by the top of the left arm and the shoulder. He's lucky he didn't get hit in the face. So Rosario will head to first. Quan is at second. Nobody out. And here's Jose Ramirez with just 1 RBI in the last 21 games. He'll swing it left-handed, and he'll back away from an inside curveball. Royals put 3 on the right side of the infield. Well, this is where Cleveland has not been able to take advantage and get a big inning early over the last 2.5 weeks. The set and the pitch. And it's a little bit low with a changeup, 2-0. The Guardians, in going 4-13 over the last 2.5 weeks, have averaged just 3 runs a game because they're hitting 167 with men in scoring position. The pitch, swing and a miss, another changeup. And the count, 2 balls and a strike. And this is the guy, let's face it, as Hosey goes primarily, that's how this Cleveland team goes. They need him to get hot again. Now the 2-1 pitch to Ramirez. And it's high, ball 3-1. And that's a good example there. He didn't chase. He's done more chasing, started to expand his strike zone a little bit, really out of frustration that he wasn't getting pitched to. Still having an incredible here. Now the 3-1 pitch.
Phonebox spoken feedback is ready.
Swinging and a foul back right on the fastball at 90 miles an hour. Ramirez batted 285, 16 homers. Now second to Aaron Judge with 63 RBIs. Leads the league in extra base hits. Outfield is medium deep, a bit toward right. 3 on the right side of the infield. The payoff pitch. The runners stay. Ramirez rounds a base hit into right center. That'll score Quan. Motoring to third is Rosario. And Jose Ramirez has an RBI single to right center. And the Guardians have a 1-0 lead and a chance for that huge inning with runners now at first and third and still nobody out. And so Jose Ramirez collects his 64th RBI, and he's now had 2 RBIs in the last 22 games, and maybe that gets him going. Josh Naylor pinched hit last night, couldn't start because of the back issue, but in the lineup here today and playing first base. Again, infield shift to the right. The set and pitch, and it's over but low, ball 1. Lopez at third, even with a bag, about 15 feet or so off the line. The other 3 infielders on the right side, middle infielders back. Dozier at first, holding the runner. Guardians at the corners, nobody out, 1-0. The next offering to Naylor. And a changeup floats high, and what a start for Heasley. Jonathan Heasley did not figure in the decision last Monday in Houston when he went 6 superb innings and gave up only 1 run to that juggernaut, the Houston Astros, but off to what could be an implosion here in the first inning if he's not careful. The pitch. And it's low ball 3-0. So Heasley can't find the strike zone. 3-0 the count. Guardians at the corners. Nobody out. A run in. We're in the first inning. And let's see if Naylor is wailing on the 3-0 pitch. Here it comes. He does, and he pops it up. Second baseman Whit Merrifield, fighting the sun, makes the catch. Wow. On a 3-0 pitch, Naylor pops up to the second baseman. What a mammoth out for Jonathan Heasley. And now a double play ball, and he gets out of the inning giving up one run. Here's Franmil Reyes. And the big 2-run home run in the 7th inning last night to give Cleveland a 3-1 lead. Reyes starting to get locked in. Rosario at third, Ramirez at first. One out, first inning, 1-0 Cleveland. Infield, no shift, but certainly pulled to the left. Double play depth. Outfield straight away. The pitch, he waves at it, breaking ball for strike one. Fran Mill was saying in the clubhouse today, he is starting to really feel much more relaxed at the plate. Feels like he's right where he wants to be, confidence-wise. Hasn't been chasing. Now the 0-1 runner goes, pitch swung at and drilled to deep left. Down the line it goes, off the top of the 8-foot wall. Into scores Rosario, into third Ramirez, and a stand-up double for Franmil Reyes. He hit a rocket down the left field line. That hit high off the 8-foot wall in that corner. And it goes as an RBI double, and it's 2-0 Cleveland. And here comes pitching coach Cal Eldred out of the first base dugout. If Franmil Reyes is 8th double, it gives him 25 RBIs. And finally, Cleveland is putting a crooked number up. It's 2-0 Guardians, and still runners at second and third, and only one out. And we are halfway to a 4-run inning. And if the Guardians score 4 runs in any of the first 4 innings, John Kenska of Elyria wins 4 new tires, courtesy of our friends at Conrad's. Go to eatconrads.com to enter the Score 4, Win 4 contest. Good luck, John Kenska of Elyria. Here's Andres Jimenez, still Cleveland's best
2% remaining, 4 minutes
batting
left.
.385 with men in scoring position. And the Royals bring the infield in with runners at second and third. The pitch. Jimenez takes its low ball one and easily just cannot get ahead in the count.
Remaining 3 minutes left.
Batting .295, 9 homers, 38 RBIs. The pitch, swing and a miss, fastball by him. And the count 1 ball, 1 strike. Andres was saying in the clubhouse today, he said, look at me, every part of my body is bruised. He keeps getting drilled 2 more times last night. The 1-1, he fouled it straight back, 1-2 to count. Got it last night on both legs. Recently had one right by his elbow. He is a walking bruise right now. He's down in the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Infield in, runners second and third. Here's the pitch. In the dirt, nice stop by Melendez. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Heasley has made 21 pitches, 11 strikes, 10 balls here in the first inning. Outfield deep, straight up. Infield drawn in. Now the 2-2. Swing and a miss. He got him with a pitch away. And Heasley with a huge strikeout of Jimenez. 2 down to the runners stay at
Battery is
second and
3%
third.
and charging.
Well, Tito has talked about this too during this stretch where Cleveland's just not scoring. The runs they're not getting in early inning opportunities have really come back to haunt them late games. Nolan Jones in his second Major League game. What a debut last night. Doubled, single, drove in a run. Left-handed hitter in right field. Infield drops back. 2-0 Cleveland. And the pitch is a curveball strike. His mom and dad, his siblings, his girlfriend, other family and friends are here. And he said, we've had a ball. But he said, honestly, I never felt my legs all of last night. The 0-1, and it's low 1-1. He sure had a great way of disguising how nervous he was. He said, I just never settled down until I was taken out for the pinch runner. And then it just kind of all started to dawn on me what was happening. The 1-1 pitch to Jones. Outside, ball 2, 2-1. And this is what Tito liked about Nolan Jones last night. Tito mentioned on the pregame show a command of the strike zone, not just up there swinging. Now the 2-1 delivery. Swung on a little looping liner into right center field. Coming on, diving is Oliveras and made the catch. That would have been 2 more runs if Oliveras doesn't get there. But the Guardians do get a pair, and they now lead the Royals 2-0 with Kansas City.
Item that helped Rob. He and his crew got the Granger.
This is changing.
Baseball season is in full swing. OhioLesson.com brought to you by the Ohio League.
PlanBetterNow.com. Build a plan so you can focus. The investment advisory services offered PM 1100.
McKenzie. His first start against Kansas City this year. Whit Merrifield leads off, takes the strike. The lanky right-hander, 6'5", 165, 24 years of age. Fastball with that late rising light, curveball slider. The next pitch swung on, lifted in the air to left center in the gap. On the run, Kwan dives and made the catch. Oh, what a play by Stephen Kwan in left. A diving, running catch in left center. And Stephen Kwan took away a double from Whit Merrifield. Now, Tito again talked about it on the pregame show today, the manager's show, in which he said the ball club played a much better, cleaner, more Cleveland-like game last night. And, yeah, they lost, but much better effort. Andrew Benintendi takes outside a ball, and Kwan starts it off defensively with a great play. You better have good outfield defense in this part, or you're going to be exposed in a hurry. Benintendi takes outside a ball 2-0. Benintendi third in the league in batting at .318. Third in the league in total base hits. 3 homers, 34 RBIs. The wide end pitch, and he fouls it back 2-1 to count. It just seems like it's a foregone conclusion that Andrew Benintendi will be traded between now and August 2nd. How much the Royals get in return is the question, since he'll be a free agent at the end of the season. Former Arkansas Razorback Benintendi sends one back to the netting, and the count 2-2. Cincinnati native, first round pick, and the 7th player chosen in that first round 7 years ago by Boston. Cleveland shifts 3 to the right, and the pitch is fouled at the plate, a curveball that he picked off his ankles. Still a 2-2 count. Stephen Kwan in left, Miles Straw patrolling center, Nolan Jones in right, Josh Naylor in first, Andres Jimenez at second, Ahmed Rosario in short, Jose Ramirez at third, and Luke Bailey the catcher. Guardians in their all gray road uniforms, the navy blue red trim. Royals break out the old powder blue jerseys with the white trim and the white pants. McKenzie into the motion. And the 2-2 pitch. High, full count. McKenzie had arguably his best game as a Cleveland pitcher last Sunday. He dominated New York. 7 shutout innings of one-hit baseball. Now the payoff. High, and he walked Benintendi. And the only hit off of him was a bloop job by Josh Donaldson. So Bobby Witt Jr., the young phenom, will bat with Benintendi drawing the walk. 2-0 Cleveland, first inning. It's Jose Ramirez bobblehead night courtesy of Dollar Bank. That'll be next Saturday night when the Guardians take on the Tigers. Get your tickets at cleguardians.com/tickets or the ballpark app. Righty encounter. McKenzie, the Floridian, with a high hold and the pitch. And it's swung on, double play ball to short. Rosario to second one. Jimenez doubles up with. And easy does it. 10-pitch inning for Tristan McKenzie. Cleveland 2, Kansas City nothing. One of the books on the Cleveland Clinic Radio Network.
Toyota has 12 different electrified vehicles, more than anybody else, at an EPA estimated 36 mpg. The electrified Highlander hybrid can save you over $3,200 in fuel costs over the next 5 Highlander. With a proven Wins.com.
Getting a punch while dressing, it adds.
Get 3 rusted parts. So bust your knuckles this
The very latest in inflation.
Harry S. Truman Presidential Library.
WTAM 1100.
We greet you today just south of the Harry S. Truman Presidential Library. The native of Independence, the president, Harry Truman, has his library in what was his hometown. Independence is basically right across the highway from this ballpark, north of us, north of I-70. As it's 2-0 Cleveland, second inning. Here's Bailey, the catcher, sends a liner in the air towards shallow center, a soft liner on the run. It's grabbed by Taylor. Taylor, who's a Gold Glove caliber center fielder, on a soft liner into shallow center, came charging in on a dead sprint, caught it, dropped it. And he'll be charged with a rare error. So Michael Taylor with his second error of the year. Here's Miles Straw. Well, let's see if Cleveland can have one of those days now where they can capitalize on a few mistakes. Cleveland's in one of those funks right now. It's Miles Straw. Digs in and takes a swing and drives one toward the gap in left center. It'll get down, and it is going to go all the way to the warning track. Bailey hits third. He's being held. Straw with a double. Now, Miles Straw is starting to come out of it, folks. He hit the ball hard every time last night, went 2 for 4, and he just plugged the gap in left center with his 13th double. Was mentioning Cleveland's been in a funk the last 2.5 weeks. One, they haven't played well. They haven't hit, they haven't pitched, they haven't played good defense, but they have also been in one of those funks where they're not catching any breaks. And now today you've got a chance to maybe blow up here and get a rout of Kansas City, which, boy, does this club need. Second and third, nobody out. 2-0 Cleveland. Middle infielder's back. Quan takes a strike on a curveball. Quan doubled to left center his first time up. So the cornermen, even with the bags, the middle infielders conceding the run on a ground ball to short or second. Easley's ready. The 0-1 pitch. Quan takes a high heater. 1 ball, 1 strike. Now Cleveland had a chance for a huge first inning, settled for 2. But could have had a whole bunch more. They can't let these innings early keep getting away from them without doing big-time damage. Now the set. Now the 1-1 to Quan. Up and in, leans him back, 2-1. Jonathan Easley is part of that incredible draft of pitchers. All of them have been in the rotation at one time or another for Kansas City from the 2018 draft. 5 of them. Now the 2-1. Swung on, drill to right. Down the line it goes. Foul. And the count 2-2. In that 2018 draft, Kansas City drafted Brady Singer, who was great last night, Jackson Kowar, Daniel Lynch, Chris Bubich, and Jonathan Easley. And they've all been to Kansas City and in the rotation at some point. Easley in trouble now. The 2-2 pitch. Swung on, hit high in the air to deep right. Oliveris better get going. Still going back over his head. And it jumps over the wall for a 2-run double. Edward Oliveris had no chance to make a play on that. And it ends up being a 2-run double to right by Stephen Kwan. And he continues to make this Kwan Stadium, not Kauffman Stadium. It's 4-0 Cleveland. Kwan with his second double in the game, 23 RBIs on the year, as Bailey and Straw both scored. And I have no idea what Oliveris was doing in right field. Here's Ahmed Rosario hit by a pitch and scored. The pitch, and he sends a drive to deep right again. Oliveris on the run toward the corner. This ball is just foul in the corner. Edward Oliveris may want to start playing deeper because he doesn't look comfortable out there at all. And on Kwan's double, he froze, and it didn't look like he thought that ball was going to carry the way it did. I don't know if he would have gotten there anyway, but he had no chance. And you're right. Look, the Royals, this is their home field. They feel like they know where to position, but at least so far it does not look like it's paying off. Now the 0-1 to Rosario. A big overhand curve that stays up. The Royals' pen is busy. Jonathan Heasley just doesn't have it today. Jackson Kowar, a former starter, now in the bullpen, part of that 2018 draft class, warming for Kansas City beyond the wall and right. 4-0 Guardians, runner at second, nobody out. Another curve in the dirt. He just can't throw strikes. He's pitching behind in the count. When he does throw a strike, it's getting hit hard. Cleveland has already hit 4 doubles in the first 2 innings. And mentioned at the top of the broadcast, this is a great extra base hit part. The pitch swung on, fouled up above us, and the count is 2-2. Not a great home run hitter's park, but with all of that acreage out there, a lot of doubles and triples, and inside the park home runs here at Kauffman Stadium. Rosario batting .378 against the Royals this year. The 2-2. And he waves at it. Fastball up and away, got him. Second strikeout for Heasley. 1 down in the second. Here's Jose Ramirez. And an RBI single his first time up. He'll swing it left-handed. First base is open, but I'm guessing Heasley, the way it's going, he and the Royals don't feel comfortable with the intentional walk. Here's the pitch to Jose. And he sends a bouncing ball foul outside of first. 0-1 to count. Dollar Bank, proud to be the official retail bank of the Cleveland Guardians. 29 locations in Northeast Ohio, ready to provide solutions to help get you there. Cleveland, 4 runs already, 5 hits. 4-0, second inning. One has a small lead at second. The pitch to Ramirez, and he sends one in the air, third base side, lower deck, and the count 0-2. Well, Cleveland hasn't been playing with this kind of a lead early in the game forever. And now the Guardians have a chance to knock Heasley out of this game early and get to that Royal bullpen. Heasley comes set at the belt, and the 0-2 pitch sails the fastball, and Melendez has to jump up again to make a catch. I mean, folks, Heasley is missing by a bunch, and now Dozier, Merrifield, and Whip all go to the mound, and here comes the catcher on a 1-2 count. I wonder if Kansas City thinks maybe Cleveland is picking off his signs with a runner at second. That would be the only reason you would normally see in the middle of an at-bat, everybody like that run to the mound. Now ready to go back to work. The 1-2 pitch to Ramirez. Swinging a foul back, fastball down and in. We'll do it again at 1-2. Right, this is that matchup back in Cleveland where Beasley was instructed not to walk Jose Ramirez. Ramirez hit a home run in a close game in a key spot late. The next pitch missed inside, 2-2. May 1st, the last time the Guardians were below 500. And now trying to get back to 500 with a win today. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swung on, hit a ton, deep right center field. This ball is going, it is gone! Jose Ramirez has his 17th homer. His 65th and 66th runs batted in. And Ramirez has blown this thing wide open. Cleveland with a 4-run inning here in the second. And Jose with a 2-run homer to right center has now made it Cleveland 6, Kansas City nothing. And Jonathan Heasley, in 2 starts against Cleveland this year, gave up 2 home runs to Jose Ramirez, gave up 4 hits to Jose Ramirez, and Jose had 6 RBIs off Jonathan Heasley. A Cleveland Clinic call to the bullpen. Guardians 6, Royals nothing here in the second.
Even on the most hectic days, we all want our kids to feel loved and be healthy. At Cleveland Clinic Children's, we treat your family like our own, which means our door is always open. We're taking appointments and keeping you safe. Whether it's a checkup or a life-changing procedure, we're here. For the little ones and the almost grown-up ones. For every care in the world. Cleveland Clinic Children's. Don't delay. Visit clevelandclinicchildrens.org/access.
Hey, baseball fans. We know the season is your favorite time of the year, but you can keep the feeling of that walk-off home run alive with a fresh coat of color. Ask Sherwin-Williams how you can make every day feel like game day with over 50.
And when you do them your way, we can turn your due.
6-0 Guardians, second inning, bases empty, 1 out. Josh Naylor, the cleanup hitter and first baseman, to face the right-handed reliever, Jackson Kowar, 6'5", 200 pounds, 25 years of age, fastball in the mid-to-upper 90s, curve, slider, change, and a back foot off-speed pitch misses for ball 1 to Josh Naylor. Kowar worked 3 innings of relief Tuesday night. He's a long man now, as he's been a starter throughout his career. Kowar made the opening day roster, and he pitched against Cleveland April 10th, gave up 7 runs in 3 1/3 innings in relief. The pitch waved at, 1-1 to count. Then he was sent back to AAA Omaha. In Omaha, he had a 6.34 ERA, but got called back. That's hard to be that bad in AAA and get recalled. Now the 1-1 to Naylor, and he waves at it. That was a good changeup. On the year, Jackson Kowar, 4 appearances for the Royals, an 8.44 ERA. They've got to figure this guy out. This guy's supposed to be a big-time part of their rotation going forward. The pitch, swing and a miss, chased the changeup away. Kowar striking out Josh Naylor for the second out in the inning. That'll bring up Franmil Reyes. He rocked a RBI double off the top of the wall down the left field line in the first inning. Jonathan Heasley goes an inning and a third today, giving up 6 runs, 5 earned. He allowed 6 hits. He struck out 2, hit a batter. The pitch. Reyes takes low. Of Cleveland's 6 hits, 4 were doubles and 1 was a home run. Now the 1-0 pitch to Reyes. Shift to the left. Reyes grounds it sharply into left. The base hit between the third baseman and shortstop. And Franmil Reyes getting red hot, 2 for 2 in this game. Here's Andres Jimenez, struck out his first time up. Stephen Kwan with a pair of doubles and a pair of RBIs and a pair of runs scored. Jose Ramirez with a home run, a single, and 3 RBIs. Franmil Reyes an RBI double. 6-0 Guardians. And obviously, Jose Ramirez already with a big day. And look how that changes this offense. A swing and a miss by Jimenez on a hanging changeup. Jose Ramirez had 1 RBI in the last 21 games. 3 RBIs in 2 at-bats today. And Cleveland's a different-looking ball club. Now the 0-1. Fouled at the plate by Jimenez. No balls, 2 strikes. Well, we have given away 4 more tires. It's a 4-run second inning. And the good folks at Conrad's more than happy to give away 4 brand new tires today to John Kenska from Elyria. Now the 0-2. Swing and a miss, chased another changeup. Jimenez has struck out twice. That's unusual. He thought that ball bounced and that it was a foul tip, but he's overruled. It's a 4-run Cleveland second. It's a 6-0 Guardians lead in the middle of the second.
It's going, gone. The official ice cream of the Cleveland Guardians from Perry's Ice Cream. Going, gone is a home run combination of chocolate cookie dough ice cream loaded with chunks of cookie dough and crushed cookie swirls. A portion of every carton sold benefits Cleveland Guardians charities. Join the boys at summer for a scoop at Progressive Field or ask for it at your favorite grocery store. Visit perrysicecream.com to find going, gone near you. Go Guardians.
What are you going to do in life? It doesn't come with instructions. What you do, where you go, is up to you. Helping you do it, well, that's what Dollar Bank does best. By listening, by learning, by understanding you as the person you are. All so we can create the solutions that turn whatever it is you want to do into done. Find out how at dollar.bank. Dollar Bank. Let's get you there. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
When you bundle your renters and auto insurance with Progressive, you could save money, but it doesn't cover any terrible memories living rent-free in your head.
Remember when one of your best players got injured, but not like on a play or anything? He got injured celebrating a play, and it's not like it was a game-winning play or in the playoffs. And he was out the rest of the season because he was injured while celebrating? Yeah.
Sorry, we can't save you from that memory, but we could save you money bundling your renters and auto insurance with Progressive. Coverage from Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers. Renters insurance and bundle discount not available in all states or situations.
Reserve your Silverado EV with the leader in electric vehicles, Valley Chevrolet. Simply visit Chevrolet.com, choose Silverado EV, then click on Reserve Now and type in Valley. It's that simple.
Keep on driving with Valley Chevrolet.
Clay Travis in Buck Sexton news and politics and who knows, Monday from noon to 3. WTAM 1100.
Cleveland with a 6-0 lead, bottom of the second. Tristan McKenzie misses up ball 1 to the cleanup hitter and catcher MJ Melendez. Left-handed batter takes high, ball 2. Last time Cleveland scored this many runs, back on June 29th, beat Minnesota in 10 innings 7-6. Now the 2-0 up high, ball 3, 3-0. But Cleveland the last 17 games averaging 3 runs a game. So what a relief for Tito and company with this outburst. There's the strike, and they count 3 balls and the strike on the left-handed hitting rookie catcher. Salvador Perez has been out working on blocking balls and throwing. That pitch is high. Melendez draws the second walk in the game off McKenzie. Perez had to have thumb surgery, so he's a ways away from returning. Here's Hunter Dozier, batting .263, 9 homers, 30 RBIs. Cleveland's just not been able to have a game like this in weeks, where you're out front, you're able to almost take a deep breath and relax. The set in the pitch to Dozier. And it's high, ball one. And for the Royals, they're facing a guy who has a 1.35 ERA in this ballpark. McKenzie has the fourth lowest earned run average in this ballpark for opponents. The pitch, swung on, fouled out of play to the right. 1 ball, 1 strike. And they're also facing a guy, for whatever reason, he's literally night and day different pitcher. During the day, ERA a little under 2.5. At night, ERA over 6. Now the 1-1 pitch. Swung on, a little weak roller towards second. Shortstop Rosario gloves, steps, throws, double play. How about that? Back-to-back innings, a walk, followed by, in this case, a 6-3 double play. Here's the rookie DH, Vinny Pasquantino. The left-handed hitter was having a monstrous year at AAA Omaha, where he led the minor leagues, all of minor league baseball, with 67 RBIs. He was batting .280 at Omaha, 18 homers, and 67 RBIs. The pitch to him, and the left-handed hitter watches a curve bounce in there. Pasquantino played collegiately at Old Dominion University, an 11th round pick 3 years ago. The pitch, and it's in there. He's got a big personality, exuberant, enthusiastic. This guy will be a favorite, not only with his teammates, but the fans here in Kansas City. He fouls it at the plate, 1-2 to count. 6-0 Guardians, second inning, 2 outs, bases empty, and the Toyota 4Runner, ready for anything, anytime, anywhere. It's got the most advanced safety features for all Toyota offers. Go to buyatoyota.com. McKenzie delivering, and the pitch hit high in the air, fairly deep left center, but playable. And they bump into each other, bobbled and caught by Straw after colliding with Kwan in left center. They both called for it. They were both in left center. They collided with each other. The ball popped in and out of the glove of either Kwan or Straw, and the carom was caught by Straw. That's also a good way to lose 2 outfielders on a collision. 6-0 Guardians after 2.
Toyota has 12 different electrified vehicles, more than anybody else. At an EPA estimated 36 mpg, the electrified Highlander hybrid can save you over $3,200 in fuel costs over the next 5 years versus the average new vehicle. Now through August 1st, during Toyota's electrified summer.
Just been dominating baseball question? Call Rogans.com.
Line at Peter Jewelers.
To shredding, even mailbox. Family dinner. Be only on product services pricing.
Nolan Jones leads off the third. Cleveland 6, Kansas City 0. Reliever Jackson Kowar fires, and Nolan Jones takes in there 1-1. Nolan's brother, who's a couple of years older, was a hockey goalie at Penn State and was in the Colorado Avalanche farm system in pro hockey. The 1-1 in the dirt ball, 2-1. But Nolan was saying today, being in the minor leagues for the Colorado Avalanche, that's like being in the minor leagues with the Los Angeles Dodgers. You're always looking at so many great players in the farm system at the same time. Now the 2-1 pitch, and he backs off the plate with a hard stuff, 3-1. And so his brother just recently signed a pro contract, and he's going over to Dublin, Ireland to play professional hockey in a few weeks. The 3-1 pitch swung on a little dribbler, first base side foul, full count. Who in the world ever thought that there was pro hockey in Ireland? Nolan says, I don't know where they play, who they play, what countries they play. it's all happened so quickly that I get called up, but everybody's here. I asked him if he's Irish. He said no. I said, well, I hope he likes warm beer, because you're going to be in Ireland. You better learn how to drink a warm Guinness. Warm Guinness and stop frozen pucks. They'll be just fine. What an experience that ought to be. 6-0 Guardians, third inning, the pitch. And it's high and wide, and there's Nolan Jones again showing command of the strike zone. And he draws his first Major League walk. So here we go. Luke Maley, the catcher, to the plate. Maley reached on an air on a drop fly by Michael Taylor in center last inning. Cleveland knocked out Jonathan Heasley, who gave up 6 runs, 5 earned in an inning and a third. Cleveland had a home run and 4 doubles off Heasley. The pitch to Maley. And it's a fastball that's up, ball 1. Well, it's the Liberty Ford Grand Slam giveaway, and Dan Burchard of Lakewood trying to win the Ford Bronco Sport from Liberty Ford. Now the 1-0 pitch. Swung out a dribbler to the mound. Up with it is Kowar. He'll throw to first. Jones to second, 1 down. Here's Miles Straw, and a big double to left center and scored last inning. If the Guardians hit a grand slam here in the third, Dan Burchard of Lakewood wins the Ford Bronco Sport from Liberty Ford. Sign up to win at libertyford.com. 1 out, runner at second, 6-0 Guardians. Miles Straw has had a really good series, and we're only in day 2, but he has 3 hits, and he's hit the ball hard every time. Royals come up a bit at the corners. The pitch, Straw takes a called strike. Kowar's got that really good changeup. The right-hander out of the University of Florida delivers, and he caught the outside corner, 0-2. Kowar came in the same first round as his Florida teammate, Brady Singer. They helped Florida win the national championship as sophomores. As juniors, they were both first-round picks by the Royals. The pitch swung on, tapped to the mound. And the throw is low in the dirt at first, dug out by Dozier. Jones did a good job at second. He didn't stray too far and get caught in a rundown. So the only play was at first, and Kowar nearly threw it away. So Jones still down there at second. Still a 6-0 Cleveland lead. 2 down now. And top of the order, Stephen Kwan, a double to left center, a double to right. He's scored twice. He's knocked in a pair. Jackson Kowar is ready. And the pitch. And Kwan takes the strike. Royals are like, who is this guy? Stephen Kwan against Kansas City this year. 15 hits in 26 at-bats. Those are Little League numbers. Now the 0-1. Outside and high with a fastball, 96 miles per hour. 1 ball, 1 strike. For the Royals to take that next big step and become a contender, these young starters have got to take steps forward. The pitch, Kwan lines one to left field. It's a base hit. Jones hits third. He'll try to score. Benintendi straight to the plate. Slide, tag, out of the plate. Jones went backside of the plate, slapped it with his hand, but tagged out by M.J. Melendez on a great throw from left fielder Andrew Benintendi. Will Cleveland challenge the call? Now Kwan with his 3rd hit in this game. Jones trying to score from second. And he is thrown out at the plate by Benintendi to end the inning. Cleveland 6, Kansas City nothing. Middle of the 3rd on the Cleveland Clinic Radio Network.
Mutual knows small businesses are a big deal. That's why they partner with the Council of Small allows small businesses. Medical Mutual, the offense steel in the world, they are bigger than steel. Parties big and small, plus food by his full service sign company, Serve Competition.
including a solution that will grow your business.
WTAM 1100.
Leads off against Trista McKenzie. 6. Edward Oliveras, the right fielder, right-handed hitter, leads off against Trista McKenzie. 6-0 Cleveland, bottom of the third. First ball swinging, bounces it wide of third in the hole. Grabbed by Rosario, but no chance. Oliveras has an infield hit, easily beating the throw. And we'll pause for a station ID on the Cleveland Clinic Radio Network.
News, talk, sports. This is WTAM 1100, Cleveland, home of the Cavaliers and Guardians, an iHeart radio station.
Tom Hamilton, Jim Rosenhaus, Brian Motze, and Jerry Chapin with you. An 85-degree sunny day at Kansas City. Bit of a breeze blowing in. 6-0 Guardians. 2 in the first, 4 in the second. Michael Taylor, the number 8 hitter, batting .270. 5 homers, 24 RBIs. Get the game-winning single in the ninth last night. McKenzie's pitch to Taylor. And he bunts it back to the mound. Caught! McKenzie throw to first, double play! McKenzie pounding his glove with his fist. Charged out of the mound on the bunt attempt by Taylor, who lined it back to McKenzie, who spun and made an off-balance throw to first. And for the third inning in a row, Royals get a base runner on, and the next guy hits into a double play. How about that? And not often a double play on a bunted ball. So 2 down, bases empty, 6-0 Cleveland. And you talk about keeping your pitch count under control. Nicky Lopez, the number 9 hitter, takes high, ball 1. Whether shipping from or through Cleveland, choose Global Transport, Northeast Ohio's preferred provider for transportation and logistics management. The next pitch swung on line to left, foul. A foot or two down that left field line. And the count 1 ball, 1 strike. Guardians 6, Royals nothing. And for the Royals too, McKenzie, since 2020, has the second lowest batting average against him in the American League. Teams in 2 years, actually 3 if you include this year, batting .195 against Tristan. Only Christian Javier of Houston's been better. And now the Royals are down 6, and Lopez takes a strike. And demoralizing for Kansas City, 3 double plays in the first 3 innings. Lopez fouling it off at the plate, and the count 1 ball, 2 strikes. And what those double plays are doing is keeping Tristan McKenzie at roughly 10, 11 pitches an inning, which means he's got another chance to go deep in a game, much like Aaron Savali last night. The pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him with a curveball. And so it's a 7-pitch inning for Trista McKenzie. And after 3, Guards 6, Royals nothing in the Cleveland Clinic Radio Network.
Celebrate International Trading Card Day with Topps on August 6th. Visit your participating local hobby shop to receive a free pack of cards plus a special card if you purchase $10 or more of Topps products. All supplies last.
Needs change to 100 gigs. In the bar for business, Aurora. Maple services to many of Cleveland's for consistent solid pay in years. Call 888 has been securing what matters Ohio.
Guardians up 6-0 as we head to the 4th inning here in Kansas City. Cleveland has not won yet on this road trip. They are 0-5, but they have come out smoking today. And Ahmed Rosario loops a base hit into shallow center on the first pitch of the 4th from Jackson Coar. And the beat goes on for Cleveland today as Rosario has the Guardians' 9th hit. And again, he's leading off the 4th inning. Jim Rosenhaus along with Tom Hamilton. Great to have you with us for Guardians baseball on a Saturday afternoon. Hope you're enjoying your weekend. Beautiful day here in KC. 85 degrees at game time. Plenty of sunshine, light breeze. And the Guardians playing extremely well early in this one, leading 6-0 as Jose Ramirez steps in and takes a pitch down low for a ball. Ramirez, 2 for 2, an RBI single in the first, and then
his 17th home run of the season, a 2-run shot in the second. Here's Coar's 1-0. Fastball missed inside, and the count's now 2-0 on Ramirez. Ramirez, a switch hitter in from the left side against the right-hander. Rosario at first base. Here's the 2-0. And that misses outside and high for ball 3. 3-0 the count on Ramirez. And Coar working from the stretch delivers. Strike called on the inside corner. Now for the Royals, pitching-wise, dead last in the American League in team ERA. Starters and relievers, both at the bottom. And a big part of that, the amount of walks they allow. The 3-1 swung on, line drive, base hit left field. Headed for second, and on his way to third is Rosario. And then taking second base on the throw to third is Ramirez. But the Guardians playing it very aggressive on the bases as they normally do, but the Royals have been asleep today defensively. They are not playing well at all defensively, as Rosario was going to make it to third, and that throw came into third, and the minute it did, Ramirez never stopped running around first, and he is such a heady base runner. And now Cleveland has runners at second and third, nobody out. Josh Naylor will be the batter. There's already been one error on an outfielder for Kansas City, a drop fly ball in center by normally sure-handed Michael Taylor. Naylor takes a pitch down low for ball 1. Naylor has popped out and struck out in 2 trips. Left-handed hitter. Back in the lineup starting today. After missing several games due to back spasms, he did pinch hit last night. Now the 1-0. Swing and a miss. Got him to chase a changeup. And the count evens at 1-1. Guardians Baseball, sponsored in part by Dunkin' Donuts. Check out the new hummus and roasted tomato and avocado and roasted tomato toast from Dunkin'. America runs on Dunkin'. Here's the 1-1. Swung on and foul tipped at home plate. And the count moves to 1-2. Josh Naylor, that got a piece of MJ Melendez, the catcher. And boy, that is never a good feeling. Catchers, they wear it. Take a lot of punishment back there behind the plate. And Melendez needs a little bit of time. Now he gets back down in the crouch. Second and third, nobody out. Guardians already leading 6-0. Here's the pitch. And it's outside and low, not even close. 2-2 the count. Guardians scored 2 in the first inning. An RBI single by Ramirez and an RBI double from Franmil Reyes. That got it going. Now the 2-2. Swung on, a slow tapper foul over to the first base dugout. And we'll do it again on 2-2. And then Cleveland came right back with a 4-run second inning. A 2-run double from Stephen Kwan and a 2-run home run from Jose Ramirez. And that's where it stands, 6-0. The 2-2 swung on. There's a chopper to the right side, but foul. And we'll do it again on 2-2 to Josh Naylor. Tristan McKenzie has been terrific on the mound. He's gotten some good defense behind him with 3 double plays, including one that he helped turn in the bottom half of the third inning. Now the 2-2 pitch. Way upstairs for ball 3. Count full on Josh Naylor. With Ahmed Rosario down at third base, Jose Ramirez out at second. Coar's ready. Here's his 3-2. Swung on, another slow tapper foul. That one trickles along outside of first base again. Outfield plays at the pull, infield at pull as well. The shift is on for Naylor. 3 on the right side. The 3-2. Inside, ball 4. So a walk to Josh Naylor. And that's the second allowed by Coar. And the second in the game by Royals pitching. But Heasley was behind most of the hitters he faced. And Coar has been the same. And again, that has been a familiar refrain for Royals pitchers this season. The walks at a record-breaking pace for them. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball on the outside corner for a strike. Franmil Reyes is 2 for 2 as he stands in. An RBI double in the first and a single his last time up in the second. Here's the 0-1. Fastball, strike call, right in there. 0-2 the count on Reyes. Now Coar's ready. The pitch to Reyes. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him with a fastball, good one. Down low. And Reyes strikes out for the first out in the inning. That's the third strikeout for Jackson Coar since he came on in the second inning. Now it's Andres Jimenez, who's been up twice and struck out twice. Time for the Cleveland Clinic Caregivers Shout Out. And today, congratulations go to the caregivers at Cleveland Clinic Children's for being a nationally ranked and locally trusted children's hospital once again. 6-0 Guardians lead. They are out-hitting Kansas City 10-1. We're in the top of the fourth. Here's the pitch. Swung on, slapped foul up on the netting over by the on-deck circle, third base side. So it's 0-1 on Jimenez, who has slowed down considerably. He was really going through a nice stretch at the plate for a lengthy period of time, but of late, it's been a challenge for him. Here's the 0-1. Swung on, ground ball, left side on through, base hit. That'll score Rosario. Right behind him, Jose Ramirez. On his way to third is Naylor as he goes first to third on the 2-run single off the bat of Andres Jimenez. And it's now the Guardians 8, Kansas City 0. Again, a good piece of hitting by a Guardians batter as Jimenez, a left-handed batter, just got a good piece on it and slapped it just past the shortstop. They were playing him to pull, but he went the opposite way and put it in play on the ground, and it made it on through into left center field for a 2-run single. Jimenez now with 40 runs driven in on the season, and we are at the halfway point, just past today. Now Nolan Jones with runners on the corners. The pitch to him is swung on and launched. High and deep to right, way back, home run, Nolan Jones. The first of his major league career, and he absolutely crushed it over the wall in right center. Nolan Jones may have gone into the fountains in right center. And man, oh man, has this kid put a charge into the lineup just 2 games in. The Guardians now lead it 11-0. 3-run shot for Jones, who now has 4 runs driven in his first 2 major league games. Here's the pitch, and it's up and into Luke Maile. 457 feet the distance, and it was a fountain shot as the fans out there in front of the fountains are looking in. I think they're trying to figure out a way to fish it out and get Nolan Jones his first career home run baseball back somehow. Maile is 0 for 2. Base is empty, 1 out. The pitch from Coar is up and in for a ball. Well, there's been some power today, and there's been just some good situational hitting by the Guardians. Here's the pitch. And Maley takes a strike on the inside corner. The count on Maley now 3-1. Here comes the pitch from Kowar. Swing and a miss. And the count's now 3-2 on Maley. Well, Jones was called up from AAA on a hot stretch. As he had 3 homers and 14 driven in his last 8 AAA games. The 3-2 swung on, laced foul first base side. And we'll do it again on 3-2. But you're never quite sure. How is it going to translate to the major league level? And yes, it is very early, but a promising start for Nolan Jones at the plate. Here comes the 3-2. Swung on, looped foul and out of play. First base side again. We've got a couple of home runs today, presented by Uncle Charlie's Sausage. The Uncle Charlie's Sausage home runs of the game brought to you by Uncle Charlie's, the official sausage of the Cleveland Guardians. Next pitch to Maley, fouled away again, and Maley putting together a good at-bat here. Man, this is a couple of rough outings for Jackson Kowar against the Guardians. In relief. 3-2 the count on Maley, the pitch. Down low and outside, ball 4. There's no one loosening in the pen. And again, that's the issue for so many Royals pitchers. They just can't throw strikes consistently enough. And here comes the pitching coach, Cal Eldred. We have a chat with Jackson Kowar. Steel is the backbone of modern life, and Cleveland Cliffs makes some of the most advanced steel in the world. And they do it in the Great Lakes region. To learn more, visit clevelandcliffs.com. This series continues tomorrow afternoon, another afternoon game, this time a 2:10 first pitch back in Cleveland. Zach Plesac on the mound for the Guardians, 2-6 with his ERA, 3.80, and he will be opposed by the veteran, Zach Greinke. Still going back where it all started. 2-5 on the year is Greinke with an ERA of 4.85. Mound meeting complete. Mentioned Kowar always had some tough times against the Guardians. Tom mentioned earlier he was on in relief in a game here back on opening weekend and allowed 7 runs in a 3+ inning stint. And he's already allowed 5 runs here today as Miles Straw lines one to right, a base hit. On his way to second is Luke Maley, and he'll move up as Straw continues to really break out of it in a big way. He's 2 for 3 today after the strong night last night. And the Guardians inning continues still with only 1 out, and the 9th man to bat in the inning is Stephen Kwan. Kwan already is 3 for 3 today. Stephen was saying yesterday in the clubhouse about being back here for the first time since opening weekend. The pitch to him, down low for a ball. He went 10 for 17 to start his major league career. And he said he really hoped the only difference would be that it's warmer this weekend than it was then. The 1-0. Strike called on the outside corner. And the count's now 1-1. The Royals do get some activity going now in their bullpen. As Kowar working from the stretch. The 1-1. Off speed is up high and outside, and the count is now 2-1. Now the 2-1 pitch. Breaking ball down low. 3-1 the count. Right-hander Wyatt Mills has started to throw for Kansas City. Here's the 3-1 to Kwan on the outside corner for a strike. It is 11-0. We are in the 4th inning. Well, you almost wonder if this is several weeks of frustration being taken out by the Guardians on Royals pitching. The 3-2 swung on ground ball to the second baseman. Flip to the back for one, whip to first, double play. So the side is retired. Moar works out of it, but not before the Guardians score 5 more runs, and we'll head to the bottom half of the 4th inning. It is 11-0 Cleveland over Kansas City. About the health and wealth plus dental.com/.
Of course not. You do it with your needs and healthy. Let's get to
Largest donation in history.
But an animal is
Click Granger.com or just
$11 0 Cleveland as we head to the bottom of the 4th. The beneficiary of all this, Tristan McKenzie. And he has faced the minimum so far. He has allowed a base hit, an infield single to Edward Olivares last inning. And he starts off with Merrifield with a pitch outside for ball 1. Merrifield flied to left his first time up. McKenzie has walked a pair. He has struck out 1. Here's his 1-0. Down low, 2-0. In each of the first 3 innings, a double play has been turned for him, including one that he turned himself on a liner back to the mound last inning. Now the 2-0 pitch. Way upstairs, and that one sails back to the screen. 3-0 to count. And it's really the only blemish, the command to a couple of batters has gotten away from McKenzie, who walked Benintendi in the first and Melendez in the second. Now 3-0 on Merrifield. Here comes his pitch. Way inside for ball 4. So Merrifield draws the walk. Leadoff walk here in the 4th inning. And that'll bring up Andrew Benintendi. Legacy Roofing is Ohio's premier roofing service provider. Whether you need that roof repair or full roof replacement, call 855-GOT-ROOF for a free estimate and visit LegacyRoofingOH.com for more details. Benintendi walked his first time up, left-handed batter. Now, the 11 runs, pretty big output for the Guardians. They last scored this many runs when they scored 11 at Minnesota back in late June. Go to first, back safely as Josh Naylor. That was that wild 4-run comeback in the 9th inning. They won 11-10 that night. Prior to that, they had scored 12 runs at Chicago back on May the 9th. And that was another wild comeback game. That was the game where Josh Naylor hit a grand slam and a 3-run home run late in the game to help them win. Season high for runs scored, 17 in this ballpark on the 3rd day of the season, after Cleveland had managed just 1 run in the first 2 games. Then they scored 17. Here's the pitch, and it's swung on and lined foul, first base side into the seats. 11 runs on 13 hits for Cleveland. No runs, just 1 hit for the Royals. Here's the 0-1. Off speed on the outside corner for a strike. 0-2 to count. Now the 0-2 from Tristan McKenzie. Swung on, foul tip at home plate. Benintendi just got a piece of that. It'll be interesting to see if the plan changes at all for McKenzie. He was saying after that start against New York, where he allowed just the 1 hit and no runs in 7 innings of work, he was really pleased with the way he mixed his slider and curve into his repertoire. As the 0-2 is down low, 1-2. Obviously, he has that good fastball with the ride to it up high, but he said when he can, especially with that curve, get it low and in on the left-handed hitters, he's had a lot of success with it there. And then he'll use that slider a little more to the right-handed batters. Right now, 1-2 count. Here's his pitch. Low and inside. Good stop. And The ability to keep it in front by Maley. No advance by the base runner, and the count's now 2-2. And Carl Willis was saying yesterday that with McKenzie, that curve really becomes important because he doesn't have or doesn't use his changeup, if he even has one, very often at all, if at all. So that's the pitch that he can really change speeds on the curve, and it adds that extra element for the hitter. The 2-2. Swung on, foul tip, hung on to by Maley. That's strike 3. And there's one down in the inning. Strikeout recorded by Tristan McKenzie. One down. Benintendi having at it with Ron Culpa a little bit. Uh-oh. Culpa has the mask off. And he's telling Benintendi, go sit down. I wonder if Benintendi thought maybe that ball hit the ground before Maley was able to squeeze it. Well, at least for now, it looks like Benintendi stays in the game, or was he tossed? Maley with an equipment issue. Looks like he needs a new belt. So Maley with a quick change. And now he's back behind the plate. So one down. Runner at first base, 11-0 Guardians lead. We're in the bottom half of the fourth inning. And here's Bobby Witt Jr. Bounced into a double play his first time up. He's had those ups and downs on a rookie season, but a lot more ups. Here's the pitch to him. And it's up high for ball 1. Witt, he'll get consideration if he can keep it rolling, certainly, in that Rookie of the Year conversation. Seattle's Julio Rodriguez with some big numbers being posted. Here's the 1-0. Fastball just outside. And the count's now 2-0. Witt currently second among rookies in doubles. Extra base hits, runs driven in. Stolen bases, hits. And tied for third in home runs among rookies. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Strike called at the knees on the outside corner. Witt currently leads the Royals in home runs and runs driven in, which is good for him. Might not, though, be good for the Royals. I know they were counting on more from some of their veterans, and of course they've lost Salvador Perez for quite some time with a left thumb injury. Now the 2-1. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. 2-2 the count. Good curve that time from Tristan McKenzie. One out, runner at first. Well, McKenzie really having to work hard this inning compared to the first 3. He had low pitch innings, came into this one at 29 pitches through 3. Now the 2-2. Way upstairs for ball 3. Just doesn't look like he has that pinpoint command of his fastball today. That one sailing high and outside. Whit Merrifield, the base runner at first. Here's the 3-2. Swung on, ground ball to the second baseman. Jimenez to the back for 1. Rosario to first, not in time. Safe at first base was Witt. Guardians trying to turn their 4th double play in 4 innings, but Witt stays out of it, runs well down the line and ran hard. So, 2 down. And it brings up the cleanup hitter, MJ Melendez. Looking for a simple way to enjoy some Chick-fil-A? Well, just download the Chick-fil-A app, and you can order your favorites ahead of time. You'll save time and earn points toward tasty rewards. With every qualifying purchase, download the Chick-fil-A app today. Here's the pitch to Melendez. Low and in for ball 1. 11-0, Guardians leading. 2 in the first. 4 in the second. 5 in the top half of this 4th inning. And McKenzie has been rock solid on the mound. Here's the 1-0.
Breaking ball on the inside corner for a strike. Another good curve. And we're seeing it more and more from Tristan McKenzie. Changes the eye level on the hitters. Here's the 1-1. Strike call on the outside corner. 1-2 to count on Melendez. One of 4 rookies in the lineup today for Kansas City, and it's kind of the norm for them. For a young ball club, very similar to Cleveland. From that age standpoint and amount of young players that are really getting that nice opportunity to develop at the major league level. McKenzie sets up high. Here's his 1-2 pitch. Called strike 3 on the outside corner. McKenzie chalks up his 3rd strikeout side, retired. Royals come up empty again, and we're headed to the 5th. It is
All-Star Summer. It's their silicone loop. It's their silicone lubricant, Summer. Bust your nuts.
It's commitment to professional with 6 distinct functions. Committed to professional grade excellence.
True fit, the rose part, that is. True fit, the rose part, that is. To safeguard your home or business against all the pros and Rose at 800-9...
Commercial or retail space. Commercial or retail space. K&D is the largest commercial or retail space. KND.com. KND.com.
This is where we are.
The very latest.
New pitcher on for Kansas City as they have turned to right-hander Wyatt Mills. Taking over for Jackson Kowar, had a tough 2 2/3 inning stint. 11-0 Guardians lead as we hit the 5th, and Ahmed Rosario leads it off for a 2nd straight inning, and he takes a pitch inside for ball 1. Rosario is 1 for 2. He's been hit by a pitch and scored twice. Here's the 1-0. Way inside for a ball. 2-0 the count. Mills was recently acquired from Seattle in exchange for Carlos Santana. Santana's having a tough season. The 2-0 pitch. Outside, ball 3. Mills is a former 3rd-round draft pick by Seattle out of Gonzaga. Here's his 3-0 delivery. And he fires it in there for a strike. A fastball at 93. See your Northern Ohio Buick and GMC dealers. They have exceptional offers on most 2022 models. Here's the 3-1 to Rosario, and it's swung on and fouled back. Guardians got to the starter, Jonathan Easley, for 6 runs in an inning and a third. They got to Kowar for 5 runs in 2 2/3. Now the 3-2. Swung on, and that's looped to the right side. Scooped up by Merrifield. Spins and throws, but not in time. Safe at first base is Ahmed Rosario. He runs so hard down the line every time. That was going to be a tough play for Merrifield. And once he had to spin around to uncork that throw, forget it. So, Rosario now with a 2-hit day. And here's Jose Ramirez, who is 3 for 3. A pair of singles and a 2-run home run. 3 runs driven in total for Ramirez. Maybe this gets Jose Ramirez going again. He had been in a stretch which, for him, anything more than a week where he's not just crushing the plate. You say, hey, what's wrong with that guy? Here's the pitch. Inside for a ball, 1-0. He is human, Jose Ramirez, but really one of the best hitters in baseball today. And today, one of those days where he's putting up the numbers. We'll see if that leads to an extended hot stretch. The 1-0. Inside and low, 2-0 to count. Ramirez now with 66 runs driven in on the season. 17 home runs.
Here comes the 2-0 from Wyatt Mills. Swinging and a miss. It counts now 2-1. For Mills, this is his 12th total appearance in the major leagues. 3 have been here. 8 was Seattle. No wins or losses. 6 runs allowed in 11 and a third innings. An ERA of 4.76. Here's his 2-1. Strike called on the outside corner. 2-2 the count on Jose Ramirez. Guardians leading 11-0. 11 runs on 14 hits. And we're only in the 5th. But plenty of time to pad those numbers. Now the 2-2. Swung on, ground ball to the second baseman Merrifield. Fires to second for 1, with the first, not in time. Safe at first base to stay out of the double play is Ramirez. Goes play at first. I will see if maybe the Royals want to challenge that. In an 11-0 ball game, Ron Culpa coming over, the home plate umpire. And Mike Matheny does want to challenge that. So we will have a challenge. Close play at first base. Ramirez, as always, hustling down the line. Mentioned Posey now with 66 runs driven in. He's moved back to the top spot in the American League as Aaron Judge had overtaken him. Judge at 64 runs driven in, but now Ramirez back on top of the AL with 66. Home run wise, Judge still your leader with 30. What a year he's having. Yordan Alvarez with 26. Second in the home run chase, Mike Trout with 24. And they're showing it on the big scoreboard here. The crown-shaped scoreboard at the K. And the fans think that this should be overturned. We'll see. Call U.S. Safety Gear for all of your corporate apparel needs at 1-800-686-1459. U.S. Safety Gear, the preferred provider of game day apparel for the Guardians. Here we go, I think.
The call's overturned. The runner is out. Kansas City retains the challenge.
And there it is, a reversal. So Ramirez is out, bouncing into a double play. So 2 down, base is empty for the Guardians here in the 5th inning, leading 11-0. And Josh Naylor will step to the plate. Naylor today 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. The pitch to him, swing and a miss. Big cut, didn't get it. 0-1 to count on Josh Naylor. Here's the pitch from Mills. Swung on, popped him up, foul. This one comes straight back and out of play. Wyatt Mills, 27 years of age. He's out of Spokane, Washington, so he had to play pretty close to home when he was with the Mariners, the team that drafted him, but now traded to Kansas City a couple of weeks back. Here's the 0-2. Just missed inside. 1-2 the count. Mills made his major league debut last season with 11 games for the Mariners. The right-hander drops down from the side just a little bit. Here's his 1-2. Swung on, foul away. Over to the third base side, out of play. Oh, what a day for baseball here in Kansas City as we have bright sunshine in the late afternoon now. It was 85 at game time. Might be a little bit hotter than that in certain spots in this ballpark. Here's the 1-2. Swung on, and that's lined up the middle. A base hit for Josh Naylor to center. So the hit parade continues for the Guardians as they have now banged out 15 base hits. That's Naylor's first. And it brings up the DH, Franmil Reyes. Reyes is 2 for 3 with an RBI double his first time up. And that's when the Guardians really kind of established something early in this one with 2 runs in the first. They knocked out the starter, Jonathan Heasley, with a 4-run second. And they added 5 more last inning. Here's the pitch to Reyes. And it's on the outside corner for a strike. Went off speed that time to start him off. Franmil starting to get it rolling. Hit his 100th career home run last night. Here's the pitch to it. Outside and low. 1-1 the count on Reyes. He has Naylor at first base, 2 away. Top half of the 5th inning. Now the 1-1. Here it is. Swing and a miss. Tied him up inside. And the count's now 1-2. Outfield playing it pretty much straight away for Franmil. And deep, as you'd expect. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Got him with the breaking stuff. Reyes retired, so are the Guardians. They come up empty in the 5th, but they lead it 11-0 over Kansas City.
Take your VIP seats. A Guardians fan provides a wide array of instruments. Call 855.
Find you at Quick Zoos and Struggles. Cleveland
And incentives.
Hey, Blue Daddy here. Conservative talker Kevin Jackson joins the show Monday at 3:35 on WTAM 1100.
Guardians leading 11-0 as Tristan McKenzie goes back to work in the bottom of the 5th. Ryan O'Hearn is going to pinch hit for Hunter Dozier. The pitch to O'Hearn is up high for ball 1, so I'm not sure if this is just a lopsided game, chance to get someone at bats, or if something happened to Dozier. O'Hearn batting 193 on the season with a homer and 7 driven in. Pitch to him, swung on, cued foul over to his own dugout first base side. 1-1 the count on O'Hearn. McKenzie's been terrific. He's allowed just 1 hit, struck out 3. He has walked 3. There's been some good defense behind him, too. Here's the pitch. Swung on, bouncing ball foul outside of first. 1-2 the count on Ryan O'Hearn. Same 2 clubs tomorrow afternoon. A 2:10 first pitch. Will be on at 1:35 with the warm-up show. Now McKenzie peers in over the glove to Luke Maley. And the 1-2 pitch. Fastball up. And the count's now 2-2 on O'Hearn. Now for Kansas City, they had a tough season. They're 20 games under the 500 mark heading into play today. The 2-2 swung on, popped up foul and out of play. Third base side. And so much of it can be tied back to a pitching staff that has really struggled, and it cropped up today. You get the feeling that days like this have happened far too often for manager Mike Matheny and his coaching staff. The 2-2 in tight, 3-2. And for Cleveland to have this type of day, we mentioned those other games where they've scored a lot of runs of late. All of those were late inning rallies, which were great at the time, but boy, to have a game where you can put it on cruise control early, what a luxury that has been that they have not had. As there's a swing and a miss by O'Hearn. He is down on strikes, and McKenzie just keeps rolling along with his 4th strikeout. Big night coming up Friday night when the Guardians host the Tigers. It's Jose Ramirez necklace giveaway, courtesy of Sheets. That's right, Jose likes to wear the jewelry, and you'll get a Jose Ramirez replica necklace, courtesy of Sheets, post-game fireworks, and another treat as well. Vinny Pasquantino steps in, takes a pitch up high for ball 1. It's Christmas Ale in July, presented by Great Lakes Brewing Company. Christmas Ale will be available at the ballpark next Friday night. Guardians and Tigers. There's a breaking ball low and in for ball 2. Get your tickets on the ballpark app or claguardians.com/tickets. Here's McKenzie's 2-0 pitch to Vinny Pasquantino. It's swung on, popped up foul, out of play, third base side. And it moves to 2-1 on Pasquantino. He and Nick Prado are the two big power names that have been bandied about in that Royals minor league system. The 2-1, down low, 3-1. Prado is still in the minor leagues. Pasquantino with the recent call-up. The Royals, it looks like they're producing some pretty good offensive talent. The 3-1. Down low, ball 4. He draws the walk. Fourth allowed by Tristan McKenzie. So a one-out base runner here in the 5th. 11-0 Guardians lead. And here comes Edward Olivares. Dominion Energy would like to remind you, whether you're an individual or contractor, state law requires that you call 811 before you dig. They have underground utilities marked. It's simple and free. Just dial 811 at least 2 business days prior to digging for your safety. Here's McKenzie's pitch, and it's swung on and foul back out of play. Strike 1. Olivares reached on a single his first time up, and that remains the only hit that Tristan McKenzie's allowed. Here's the 0-1. Low and outside. 1-1 the count. It was a bouncing ball to the left side of the infield. It's just beyond the reach of the third baseman Ramirez, so the shortstop Rosario had to field it, but he was kind of back on his heels and deep in the hole and could not throw him out. That's it. Here's the 1-1. Down low, 2-1. No other hits allowed by Tristan McKenzie, and that's his MO. It has been. Since he reached the major leagues, he just does not allow hits. Now the 2-1 from McKenzie. Swung on. There's a chopper to short. Rosario flips to the bag for 1. Jimenez holds onto it at second. No throw to first. So that one goes 6-4 on the fielder's choice. 2 down in the inning. And that'll bring up Michael Taylor. Taylor lined into a double play. His first time up, he hit one back to the mound, and McKenzie had to come in to make the catch, and then Olivares was way off the bag at first base, and he was doubled off by McKenzie. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Mark your calendars. Coming up on August the 6th, it's International Trading Card Day with Topps. At your participating local hobby shop, follow Topps on social media at Topps or visit Topps.com. The 0-1 swung on, ground ball to third. Nice grab by Ramirez. Throws, got him at first. And the side is retired. More great work by McKenzie. We are headed to the 6th. The Guardians 11, Kansas City nothing.
Since 1909, Nichols Bakery has been providing fresh, delicious, quality baked goods to Ohio families. From breads and buns to sweet goods, Nichols Bakery has just what you need to get ready for the...
You see that play last night? Whether you're cleaning gutters, for more safety tips...
Guardians fans never say out and always made fresh. Never the Cleveland Guardians and your
Candy, Parma Heights.
WTAM 1100.
Well, we got some changes. Gee whiz. Looking at a spring training scorecard. Why? 11-0 Cleveland, 6th inning. Andres Jimenez leads it up. Wyatt Mills pumps one in there, called strike. The Royals
put in a bunch of subs. Here's the set by the right-hander, and the pitch is swung on a little floater to left near the line, base hit. And that's the kind of day it is for Cleveland. Even when they don't hit the ball hard, they're getting rewarded. Bloop single near the left field line and shallow left for Andres Jimenez. He is 2 for 4, a couple of singles, a couple of RBIs. Hi again, everybody. Tom Hamilton back with you. Along with Jim Rosenhaus, Brian Motze. We've also got Jerry Chapin with us here in the booth. Here's the set and the pitch to Nolan Jones. And Jones takes one inside all the way to the backstop. He had to make sure he didn't get hit by that slider. The wild pitch puts Jimenez at second base. This is the second inning of work for Wyatt Mills. And Nolan Jones with his first Major League home run in the fourth inning. The 1-0 pitch. And a fastball strike, 1-1. Well, he is sure making the trip worthwhile from Pennsylvania for his mom and dad, his siblings, his girlfriend, other family members and friends. What a show he's putting on. The 1-1 swung on, chopped foul, third base side, a 1-2 count. The home run by Nolan Jones in the fourth inning to right center was 457 feet into the fountains. The last time any Cleveland player got a baseball into the fountains was when Trevor Bauer was pitching and threw one to center field. Now the 1-2 delivery. A swing and a foul, third base side, lower deck. Nolan Jones in his first Major League at-bat, RBI double down the right field line last night. Then today, line drive out to right, walk, and a 3-run homer, his first Major League homer to right center. Well, he and Stephen Kwan are having some kind of Major League debuts in this park this season. Now the 1-2. High heater, ball 2, strike 2. Well, Jones is big and strong, 6'4", 215, but he's not just swinging wildly up there at the plate. He is really under control. The 2-2 pitch. Fouled it straight back, 93-mile-an-hour fastball. He has really been impressive, just with his whole body language, really. And obviously he's hitting. Now the set. Now the pitch. Swung on, sky ball to right, but he got out in front of it, hooking it foul into the lower deck. The Royals have Kyle Isbell in left, so Andrew Benintendi's day is done. Whit Merrifield's day is done, as Whit Merrifield taken out of second. Nicky Lopez moves from third to second. And Emmanuel Rivera now playing third. Ryan O'Hearn at first. The pitch, swing and a miss. First Major League strikeout for Nolan Jones. So one down. Runner still at second. And the Guardians with an 11-0 lead here in the sixth inning. Luke Mailey, the batter, 0 for 2 with a walk. The set in the pitch, and it is inside a ball. Cleveland, 11 runs, 16 hits. Kansas City blanked on one hit by Tristan McKenzie. Bailey takes a look at a strike, 1-1. Jose Ramirez has broken out of it today. A homer, a double, a single, 3 RBIs. Stephen Kwan, 2 doubles, a single, 2 RBIs. Now the 1-1 pitch. Hit in the air, foul off to the right. And the count 1 ball, 2 strikes. Andres Jimenez a 2-run single. Nolan Jones, a 3-run homer. Franmil Reyes, an RBI double. 2 in the first, 4 in the second, 5 in the fourth, 11-0 Cleveland in the sixth. Now the 1-2 pitch. Fastball in, 2-2. Wyatt Mills and Eli Morgan, teammates at Gonzaga, and Mills was drafted ahead of Eli, and he said, well, you should have seen him. He was some kind of closer. Now the 2-2 pitch. And it's inside, full count. Wyatt Mills and Eli Morgan, good friends, and Eli was saying, look for potentially another first-round pick out of Gonzaga this year. Their 3 starters could all be drafted at the All-Star break. Now the payoff pitch. Swung on, tapped foul, third base side. Shadows starting to creep in from the light standards above the roof on the third base side of the ballpark. Cleveland had scored 10 runs in the 4-game sweep at Detroit, and today explode for 11. Now the payoff pitch. Foul back again. Good at bat from Malin. In the last 5 games, the Cleveland Guardians have just been completely shut down. So for this Cleveland team, boy, a day to kind of really sit back, enjoy it, maybe get back on a hot streak. Now the payoff pitch. And a breaking ball locked him up. Bailey's called out on strikes. The third for Wyatt Mills. That is out number 2. Here's Miles Straw. He's having a good weekend, and this is one of the most encouraging signs of this weekend. 2 hits last night. Today a double and a single. 2 for 3. The right-handed hitting center fielder. If you look at the Guardians lineup today, every starter but Luke Bailey has a hit. Now the pitch. And it's in there, called strike. Good slider. Wyatt Mills came to the Carlos Santana trade with Seattle. Kansas City will probably be trading a few more veterans here in the next couple of weeks. The pitch hit foul, right side, into the lower deck, 0-2. There's a pretty good chance that Andrew Benintendi and Whit Merrifield will both be traded. We shall see. Mills is ready. Here it comes. And Straw checks on a high slider that was outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Tomorrow it's a day game. 2:10 Cleveland time. Zach Plesac against Zach Greinke. Now the 1-2. Swing and a foul off to the right. This is headed into the lower deck, first base side. Still a 1-2 count. The pitch. Again, foul back and out of play. So Straw having a good at-bat, still alive at a ball and 2 strikes. A hot one, 85 degrees, sun-baked crowd here at Kauffman Stadium. Finally some shade on the third base side of the ballpark. Everybody else is cooking. Now the 1-2. High fastball, 2-2. The Royals are very serious about trying to get a new ballpark built downtown. It's going to be a very, very intriguing debate, and will split a lot of camps here in Kansas City. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swung on, fouled into the seats behind the plate. There's a segment of the population that swears they'll never go downtown if the Royals build down there. So it's much like Milwaukee in that tailgating is such a big part of the in-game experience before and after the game. Massive parking lots out here as we are just east of downtown Kansas City. The 2-2 pitch, swing and a foul again, backing out of play. And you won't have that downtown. But if Kansas City could get a ballpark downtown, then they could try to create an entertainment village around that ballpark, make additional revenues. We'll see. Again, the 2-2 pitch to Straw. And he swings and lines one into left. That's a base hit. What an at-bat by Miles Straw. Jimenez will stop at third. And a 3-hit game for Miles Straw. And boy, does he look all the way back as manager Mike Matheny is going to make a Northern Ohio Toyota dealers pitching change. Cleveland has runners at first and third. 2 down here in the 6th, leading 11-0 as Miles Straw on his 9th pitch of that at-bat single to left. 11-0 Cleveland here in the 6th. We'll be back.
Can help you. Smith Financial Group.
Progressive knows that most people don't get to bundle your home, auto, motorcycle. You can bask in the glory of saving money when you... At Cleveland Clinic and Stroke. Cleveland Clinic. Get the care you need when and where you need it.
Left-hander Amir Garrett, the only southpaw in the Royals pen, comes on here in the 6th. It's an 11-0 rout. Cleveland in command. They've out-hit the Royals 17-1. The only hit off Tristan McKenzie was an infield hit by Edward Olivares in the 3rd. Garrett, a 6.75 ERA in 26 games, a 1-1 record, but 18 walks in 20 innings. And the pitch. Look out, ball 1. This is the story of this Royals bullpen. It's been bad, and they can't throw strikes. Garrett, the big lefty's pitch, inside, ball 2. Garrett throws mid-90s, fastball, sinker, slider. He's big, 6'5", 240, 30 years of age. Never has become the star I think everybody envisioned. He pops one in there, strike. The Reds let him go after 5 years as he was traded for Mike Minor back in mid-March. Minor's been hurt most of the year for Cincinnati. The pitch swung on, socked high in the air by Stephen Kwan to straightaway center. Michael Taylor will corral it. And Kwan, who's doubled twice and singled today, is finally retired. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It's 11-0 Guardians.
Enter in the Hit a Home Run with UHM 10K giveaway. Hi, this is Tom Hamilton. Score $10,000 plus win monthly prizes, including throwing out the first pitch at a Guardians game, VIP seats, and a meet and greet with me. Go to UHM.com/home run for your chance to win. Union Home Mortgage, the official mortgage partner of the Cleveland Guardians.
Prohibited. Reserve type invalid. It's the round-the-clock protection. The window would also take up the affiliates and third-party insurers and subject to
Management experience. He needs room. You can schedule and conduct virtual interview.
the cash pipe.
Ernie Clement comes in now to play third. Owen Miller first. Oscar Mercado center. And Cleveland in command 11-0 as Tristan McKenzie misses up to Nicky Lopez for ball 1. Lopez started the game at third, now at second. The windup and the pitch. And it's swung on, banged up the middle. Base hit right center, Nicky Lopez. Second Kansas City hit. McKenzie has struck on 4, walked 4. Top of the order. Normally this would be Whit Merrifield, but he was taken out of the game, as was Bennett Tendy. As both managers able to empty their benches. So Kyle Isbell, who's in left field is going to bat down the leadoff spot. Shift goes to the right side of the infield. Cleveland's turned 3 double plays today. As the pitch is in the dirt, a curveball for ball 1. Now the set by the right-hander. And the pitch, slung and grounded to second. Jimenez to second one. Clement turns the double play. 4-5-3 on the twin killer. And Cleveland now has turned 4 double plays today. 4-5-3 on the double play with Ernie Clement, the third baseman, turning it in that shift. So Isbell is retired. This will be the first at bat for Emmanuel Rivera, who's now at third. Right-hander against the right-hander. Like Tristan McKenzie's got a great pitch count with the 4 double plays today. The pitch in there straight. McKenzie, even though he has 4 walks, has in this game only made 72 pitches. The wind and the 0-1. Curveball dipped slow, 1 ball, 1 strike. W.A. Smith Financial Group's 4-step Ascend 360 planning process can help take your financial plan to the next level. Go to planbetternow.com to learn more. The kick and the pitch. In the dirt, ball 2, 2-1. W.A. Smith Financial Group, the official wealth management partner of the Cleveland Guardians. So a nice day where you can give Jose Ramirez a few innings off. That doesn't happen very often. The pitch in the dirt all the way to the backstop. 3-1 to count. Too bad, though. Jose was a triple shy of hitting for the cycle. They got a gift double on, which should have been a single, and a throw to third, but they gifted him with a double earlier in the game. This official scorekeeper here is, shall we say, challenged. The 3-1 up and in. So McKenzie has walked his 5th batter in this game, but the double plays keep him out of trouble. Here's Bobby Witt 0 for 2. Guardians 11, Royals nothing. Boy, whatever it is about Kansas City and Cleveland. Kansas City won the first 2 games of the year here. The season opened up with the Royals winning 3-1 and 1-0. And then Cleveland smoked Kansas City back-to-back games. Here's the set and the pitch. Big overhand curve for ball 1. Cleveland won the next 2 games here in Kansas City, 17-3 and 10-7. Last night, Cleveland lost in a walk-off fashion, 4-3. Today, they lead 11-0. So this is the 3rd game at Kauffman Stadium this year. Cleveland has scored in double digits. The pitch, and it sails high again. Ball 2, 2-0. But McKenzie has not paid for his lack of command today. Kind of a strange game for him. But he's pitching a 2-hit shutout here in the 6th. 11-0 Guards. Runner on, 2 down, the next delivery. Swing and a foul tip into the catcher's mitt. 2 balls and a strike. Brian Shaw heating up in the Guardians bullpen beyond the wall and left. Gorgeous day in Kansas City. 85 degrees, bathed in sunshine, a light breeze blowing in. The right-hander looking for a 6th win, lets it fly. And it's waved at. Chase the high heat. And for McKenzie, this is continuing a trend here for him, too. With this shutout today, he came in with a 135 earned run average in this ballpark lifetime. He's lowering it today from 135. That's hard to do. The 2-2, swing and a foul straight back. Hung a slider, got away with it. Kansas City with a win today would have won just their second series of the year at home. Think of that. Here is the set, and here is the pitch. Swing and a high pop foul upper deck behind home plate. The only series here at home that Kansas City has won this year was Minnesota back in April. They have not won another series here at Kauffman Stadium against another ball club. Now, they still could win it with a win tomorrow. Here's the 2-2 delivery. Swung on, slice to right. That's a base hit. Rivera will stop at second. And so Bobby Witt Jr. has the third hit of the day. Royals at first and second for the catcher, M.J. Melendez. He's walked and struck out. 2 out, 2 on. Here comes pitching coach Carl Willis. 11-0 Cleveland here in the sixth. To get your best deal on any new or used car, go to Sunnyside Honda, I-71 and Pearl Road in Middleburg Heights. Or check out all of their inventory and their current specials at SunnysideHonda.com. Detroit's win streak is over. They got drilled today. The Tigers had won 6 in a row, but Johnny Cueto pitching pretty darn well for Chicago. They blanked the Detroit Tigers today. Did the White Sox 8-0. Minnesota in a slugfest, trailing Texas 7-6 in the sixth. Philly got a run today in the ninth inning and shut out St. Louis 1-0. Here at Kauffman Stadium, Guardians 11, Royals nothing. Sixth inning, 2 out, 2 on. The pitch to the left-handed hitting Melendez, who's walked and struck out, and he fouls it back. Shadows creeping into the home plate area. The set by McKenzie. Here's the 0-1. High, ball 1-1-1. The next offering, another curveball that just doesn't break. It stays way up high. Ball 2-2-1. McKenzie maybe near the end of the line here. Got a fourth double play from his defense here in the sixth. 2 down, 2 on. Cleveland up 11. The next offering. Swung on, popped him up. This should stay in the park, or maybe not. Third base side, near the dugout, and out of play. Leaning over the railing was third baseman Ernie Clement, but just couldn't lean far enough. And a 2-2 countdown on M.J. Melendez. Glad you could greet us today from Kansas City, Missouri. The only city in the world with more fountains is Rome. Thus, the fountains and the water spectacular here at Kansas City's Kauffman Stadium as part of the city. The 2-2 swung on, grounded weakly to first. Behind the bag near the line, Owen Miller makes the play unassisted. And McKenzie has been able to bob and weave his way through 6 shutout innings. Cleveland 11. Andre Simenez with a 3.
Diamond C water bottle.
This tailgate takes innovation to the next level with 6th engineering. It's knowing GMC is engineering. It's knowing GMC.
You're coming in hot. Hot ice. With Dunkin' Africa runs on Dunkin'.
April in Consumers Pantries nationwide.
Monday on Cleveland's Morning News with Wells and Snyder. Mike Snyder reacts to the MLB All-Star starting lineups. WTAM 1100.
Hey, when you've got rust to bust, use PD Blaster, Cleveland original. Since 1957, PD Blaster always working like a pro. First ball swinging, Ahmed Rosario fouling it at the plate, strike one. Guardians 11, Royals nothing, 7th inning. Ahmed Rosario 2 for 3, couple of singles, also hit by a pitch. 2 runs scored. 8 starters with a base hit today. All 9 starters getting on either with a hit or a walk. Rosario takes low. Cleveland has 17 hits, 21 base runners. Rosario drives one to deep right. Down the line it goes, slicing toward the corner. Foul, just barely. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Ahmed Rosario. Kansas City has not had a very good day from the pitching department with 2 of their youngsters they're counting on. Starter Jonathan Heasley, when an inning and a third, gave up 6 runs, 5 earned. And former starter coming in relief today, Jackson Kowar, gave up 5 runs on 7 hits in 2 2/3. Rosario takes on the outside corner, strike 3 call. First strikeout for Amir Garrett. This will be the first at bat for Owen Miller. Jose Ramirez, earlier in today's game when he was playing, had an RBI single in the first, a 2-run homer to right center in the second, 415 feet away, as Miller fouling it back. He doubled to left in the fourth, then hit into a double play, so 3 for 4 was Jose Ramirez. The next pitch just missed outside a ball. Ernie Clement waits on deck for his first AB. Garrett not wasting much time. The left-hander's pitch hit right back up the middle. Behind second, the shortstop with gloves throws off balance, saying, got him! Nice throw across the body to get Owen Miller. Good play by Bobby Witt. He can really play short. 2 down for Ernie Clement. When Josh Naylor was in there today, 1 for 3 with a single and a walk. Nolan Jones got his first major league home run today. The pitch in there, a strike. A 457-foot blast into the fountains in right center. A 3-run bomb. The pitch swung on, rolled in the hole, and by the diving Rivera at third. And Clement has a base hit to left. And Cleveland now has 18 hits in the game. They've had a base hit in all 7 innings. They lead 11-0. And Franmil Reyes, he had a big RBI double off the top of the wall in left in the first when Cleveland jumped out to a 2-0 lead. First 2 innings, Cleveland scored 6 runs on 7 hits. The pitch swung on a dribbler to the mound. Garrett gloves it, lobs it overhand to first to get Franmil Reyes. And it is stretch time in the Show Me State. With the score, the Cleveland Guardians 11 and the Kansas City Royals nothing on the Cleveland.
We treat your family like our own. We treat your family like our own. We're here for the little ones and the all.org/access. .org/access. Progressive.org/access.
Your net is your home and auto, but also your boat. 2 goalies, which is okay because 2 goalies, which is okay because Test Spirit Home. Shop online or visit your neighborhoods.
It's and Progressive Field. They provide safety gear and apparel for the Guardians. USSafetyGear.com. This is where we are. USSafetyGear.com. This is where we are. The very latest. Record inflation, soaring gas prices on WTAM 1100.
Tristan McKenzie will gain his 6th win of the year, and he'll leave here with an ERA of 3.47 as he went 6 shutout innings, giving up 3 hits, struck out 4, walked 5. Cleveland backed him with 4 double plays defensively. Brian Shaw takes over in the bottom of the 7th. Guardians 11, Royals nothing. Shaw to face Ryan O'Hearn, who struck out his only time up. Guardians overload the right side of the infield. Shaw's pitch is swung on, fouled, strike 1. Brian Shaw makes appearance number 35, 3-1, a 4.94 ERA. Fastball, cutter, curve, slider, split. 11 runs, 18 hits for the Guardians. No runs, 3 hits for the Royals. Now the 0-1 pitch. Bullseye, 0-2. 94-mile-an-hour cutter. Zach Plesac, Zach Greinke, the matchup in the rubber match tomorrow at 2:10. Shaw with a set, hands at the belt, lets it fly, and it's swung on, popped up. Third baseman Ernie Clement comes charging near the line, makes the catch behind the bag, and that is out number 1 as O'Hearn is retired. Here's Vinny Pasquantino, a fly out and a walk. Kansas City, Missouri. It's also not only a city with more fountains than any city but Rome, but this is a city that features over 300 municipal parks. The set of the pitch. Swung out a ground ball on the left side by the diving Clement, left field base hit. So Pasquantino with an opposite field single. That'll bring up Edward Olivares, 1 for 2 with a single. You drive around this beautiful city, hilly, tree line, and over 300 municipal parks, which makes it such a livable family city. Right in the heart of the Midwest, Kansas City. Olivares, right-handed hitter against the right-hander Brian Shaw. Pasquantino not held at first by Miller, not with an 11-run lead. And the pitch delivered low, ball 1. Shaw's ready. Here it comes. Down and in, 2-0. Kansas City, not only the original hometown of President Harry Truman, but golfer Tom Watson. Walt Disney, this was his hometown. Now the 2-0 pitch in there, strike. Many thought he was the father of this country, probably the most well-respected newsman ever. Walter Cronkite came out of Kansas City. He would probably shudder to see what's going on now. The 2-1. Waved at, ball 2, strike 2. Shadows now covering the home plate area and working their way out towards the pitcher's mound. So a little bit tougher to hit right now than it was when obviously we were bathed in complete sunshine. Shaw's ready. He lets it fly, and it's swung on and missed. Nope, beg your pardon, got a piece of it. So the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, 1 on, 11-0 Cleveland. Guardians got 2 in the first, 4 in the second, and 5 in the fourth. Every starter has been on base with a hit or a walk. 8 starters with hits. The pitch swung on, drilled to center, base hit, Olivares. Stopping at second is Pasquantino. That first inning, Stephen Kwan got it going with a double. Jose Ramirez had an RBI single. And later, Franmil Reyes doubled off the top of the wall and left to make it 2-0. Then in the second inning, after Miles Straw had doubled, Stephen Kwan had a 2-run double, and Jose Ramirez a 2-run blast to right center, and it was 6-0 Guardians, 2 innings in the books. The pitch, fisted back foul, strike one. A 5-run fourth removed all doubt as Andres Jimenez had a 2-run single and Nolan Jones a 457-foot homer, a 3-run blast to the fountains in right center. Guardians 11, Royals nothing, 7th inning, 2 on, 1 out. Shaw's pitch. Down low, backhanded stop by Maley, and the count 1 ball, 1 strike. Everstream is Cleveland's business only fiber network. Get the reliable connectivity your business deserves with fiber internet, Ethernet, and more. Everstream, faster fiber, better business. Now the 1-1. Swung on, grounded to first. Miller bobbled it. Recovers, no play. Another error on Owen Miller. Routine ground ball, although I do think he got shielded by the runner, Olivares, but it's still an error. And the bases are loaded on that error. That'll bring up Nicky Lopez. Lopez 1 for 2 with a single. Number 9 hitter, he'll swing it left-handed. Bases loaded, 1 out, 7th inning, 11-0 Cleveland. Brian Shaw works third base side of the slab. He's ready. Here it comes. And Lopez takes one inside corner of strike. Lopez thought it was inside, period. He played just down the road in Omaha at Creighton University. Now the 0-1. Way high and outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. From the set, here it comes. Swung on a weak chopper to short. Charged there by Rosario to second, 1. That's all they'll get. Pasquantino scores. 11-1 is the score. Olivares to third. Lopez, fielder's choice RBI, his 10th run batted in. Taylor forced out at second. 2 down, runners at the corners. 11-1 Cleveland. Top of the order, Kyle Isbell. Grounded out his only time up. Any run this inning off Brian Shaw is an unearned run. The set by Shaw, and the pitch to the left-handed hitting Isbell. Bullseye, 0-1. Shaw brings the hands down and lets it go. And a swing and a floater to shallow left. This is trouble, but Quad got there with a charge and a running catch in shallow left by the left fielder. Unearned run breaks up the shutout through 7. Cleveland 11, Kansas City 1 on the Cleveland Clinic Radio Network.
What K&D is your one-step? We've been talking a lot. Customer service, 3 years running. Yoda.com.
Our business-only fiber no-charge bandwidth bursting internet today.
You at below market prices in construction. At
Doyle's Guardians Fan Pack Day.
Now, something needs to change. And
That pays off with tickets Monday morning at 8:45 WTAM 1100.
Well, something needs to change in baseball. They're either going to have to give clubs the ability to add another pitcher or something, because we're in the 8th inning and Kansas City's bringing their center fielder in to pitch. Michael Taylor delivers. Andres Jimenez chops it back to him, and a flip to first for the out. But, well, we saw this. Cleveland had to go to Sandy Leon to pitch 2 innings. Ernie Clements had to pitch. And here we are in the 8th inning. Michael Taylor, the center fielder, pitching for Kansas City. And this isn't Major League Baseball when this happens, especially in the 8th inning. Nolan Jones takes up and away ball 1, but Cleveland did the same thing. I'm not saying anything negative toward Mike Matheny. Jones takes the strike. This is just not good for Major League Baseball. Nolan Jones, 1 for 3, a 3-run bomb to right center. Takes outside a ball, 2-1 to count. Taylor just lobbing it up there because he doesn't want to get hurt. The pitch is waved at. 2-2 to count. 1 out, nobody on. 11-1 Cleveland, 8th inning. The pitch is high. Cam Gallagher is now catching. MJ Melendez moves from catcher to right, and Edward Olivares goes from right to center as Taylor comes in the pitch. Payoff, high, and he walked it. So Nolan Jones with a 1-out walk here in the 8th inning. That'll bring up the catcher, Luke Bailey. He is 0 for 3 with a walk. Michael Taylor taking a sleeve to the bat. Boy. James Karinchak up in the Cleveland bullpen. 11-1 Guardians. Top of the 8th. Bailey looks at a strike. The next delivery, swung and blasted into deep left field, and this ball is gone. A 2-run home run to left by Luke Bailey. It gets stuck above the wall in the pad. It's got to be a home run, I would think. It is stuck above the pad, above the wall, but they're calling it a double for Luke Bailey, not a home run. So Bailey will have to get credited with a ground rule double that got stuck above the wall against the pad. Here's the pitch. Oscar Mercado with Tamper to the mound. Taylor tosses him out. Runners stay put. First at bat for Mercado, who took over for Miles Straw, who had a 3-hit game again. 2 down, runners still at second and third, still 11-1 Cleveland. Top of the order now. Stephen Kwan, another big day. 2 doubles, a single, 2 RBIs. The pitch leans him back, but it's called a strike. 92 miles an hour, so much for taking it easy from Michael Taylor. Taylor's ready, and the pitch, swing and a foul, and the count 0-2. Two on, 2 out. The pitch, swing and a fly ball straight away center. And Olivares will pull it down, and Michael Taylor throws up a 0. Middle of the 8th, with Cleveland leading Kansas City 11-1.
Hey, Guardians fans, Bill Mid Financial Group, the #1 profitability and control, like RBI, NetSuite, Parmesan Chris, and paid in full swing. And so is the .com/Safer Roads. By the Ohio Laborers and Lessing. Proud sponsor by the Ohio Laborers and Lessing. By the Ohio Laborers and Lessing.
Jose Ramirez.
Inflation, soaring gas prices.
They're giving Brian Shaw an earned run. It's an unearned run. Man, I tell you what, the scorekeeper here has made a boatload of mistakes here today. Brian Shaw worked 1 inning, gave up a run, but it's an unearned run as he allowed 2 base hits. And so it's 11-1 Cleveland. And James Karinchak is coming on to pitch for the 3rd time. He's had a rough go of it. 2 innings of work since coming up, giving up 3 runs on 3 hits. Karinchak fastball and a curveball. Emmanuel Rivera will lead it off. Rivera walked his only time up. Right-hander against right-hander. 11-1 Cleveland. The set and the pitch. And it is a swing and a shot to right, base hit. Karinchak doesn't have anywhere near the velocity we saw a year ago when he was mid to upper 90s. That was a 93-mile-an-hour fastball. Here's Bobby Witt, 1 for 3 with a single. Guardians with a 10-run lead. Tristan McKenzie went 6 shutout today. Guardians take on the White Sox next Wednesday night. You'll get a cooler bag thanks to Valley Sports Great Lakes. If you'll be at the ballpark. The set and the pitch. Bullseye, strike one call. The next delivery. Overhand curve and a beauty. 0-2 now on Bobby Witt. Eleven runs, 19 hits for Cleveland. 1 run, 6 hits for the Royals. We're in the 8th. Karinchak's pitch. In the dirt. Check that pitch on a curveball. Good block by Maley. And the count 1 ball, 2 strikes. Karinchak trying to get back to the form that nearly made him an all-star last year. The pitch. And it is swung on, and this is banged to center, a base hit. So Rivera stops at second, Witt at first with his second hit. MJ Melendez 0 for 2 with a walk to the plate. The rookie started at catcher. Now he's in right field. Karinchak's ready. Here it comes. Curveball strike. Tina was talking about the 8th inning now. Eli Morgan has started to struggle. Karinchak's ready. He deals, and the pitch down and in, 1-1 to count. And he said right now he may try Trevor Stephan. Once again in that 8th inning, Stephan has started to pitch better. They really miss Eli Morgan as that weapon to pitch. Inside again, 2-1. When they were able to use Eli Morgan in multiple innings, maybe you use him in the 6th or 7th. Not that he can't be, but that again is really not his role. Normally you want the 8th inning of power on. The pitch swung on. This is skied in the air to shallow center. And calling for it and making a basket catch is the third baseman, Ernie Clement.
Smart lock credential.
That was not a routine play, but Ernie Clement retired MJ Melendez. That is out number 1. Keeps the runners at first and second for Ryan O'Hearn. So we'll see the next time Cleveland's in a same situation late in the game. Who gets the 8th inning? The key is you've got to be able to bridge it
feedback is ready.
to get Emmanuel Clase, who should be an all-star, into the game to close it. 11-1 Guardians, 2 on. Curveball strike.
Slider. Audio
O'Hearn thought it might have been
toggle
high.
volume. Volume. Show VPNs. Showcast devices. Cast settings.
That's where if you could
Dialogue.
get Sandlin
Cast
and Karinchak
settings.
back to their former form,
TV shows and
it would be
previous
mammoth.
menu.
Another good
Chromecast.
curve and another
One
strike.
button.
And right now, Karinchak's throwing
Press search button.
curveballs. Shadows covering the hitter and the
MLB,
pitcher.
MLB.
Sunshine from second base on out. That pitch bounced in there, spiked the curveball, good block by Maley. And 1-2 count. White Sox shut out Detroit 8-0 today, ending Detroit's 6-game win streak. Baltimore leads the Angels 1-0 in the ninth. What a story Baltimore's becoming. They've won 6 in a row, and they're only 3 games under 500, which also keeps them very much in the hunt for a wild card spot. Karinchak checks second, and the 1-2 pitch. Curveball locked him up for strike 3. So up looking for the second out is O'Hearn. And now, Vinny Pasquantino, 1 for 2, a single and a walk. I beg your pardon? This is Cam Gallagher, the catcher. Two on, 2 out, 11-1 Cleveland. The pitch is high, ball 1. Texas still leads Minnesota 7-6 in the 8th inning. Oakland surprised Houston today, 3-2. Houston with a 13-game lead in the West. 8th inning, Tampa Bay has a 3-0 lead in Cincinnati. The pitch misses low, 2-0. Philly got a run in the 9th, and that was enough. 1-0. Phils beat St. Louis. Pittsburgh leads Milwaukee 4-3 in the 8th. Atlanta slipped by Washington 4-3. Mets lead Miami 3-2 in the 7th. Karinchak checks second. He'll come to the plate. And it's a fastball at the knees for a strike, 2-1. 8-2, Arizona pounding Colorado in the 8th inning. Mets only with a 2.5-game lead on Atlanta down the east. Milwaukee leading the Cardinals 3.5 in the Central. Dodgers on top of the Padres by 6 in the West. Pitch missing. 3 balls and a strike on Gallagher, who's hitting .233, 5 runs batted in. Now the 3-1. High, he walked him. So Karinchak's given up 2 singles and a walk. The bases are loaded with 2 down for Edward Olivares. And this is the problem for Tito right now. He's got 2 guys coming back from the minors who were not in the minors as long as people thought they would be, in James Karinchak and Nick Sandlin. But those guys are still trying to get sharp, so you can't use them in games that are on the line, so to speak. Karinchak's pitch, low, ball 1 to Olivares. And Karinchak at 19 pitches, almost a half and a half walk or ball and strike ratio. That pitch caught the inside corner. He can't throw his fastball for strikes, so he is just going to the curveball. He's ready. Here it comes. Curveball outside. He has thrown 15 curveballs and 6 fastballs. 2 balls and a strike, 2 outs, and the Royals 8th. Bases loaded. 11-1 Cleveland. Karinchak's ready. Here it comes. Swing and a pop-up foul into the seats. That was a good fastball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. We take 10 seconds for an ID on the Cleveland Clinic Radio Network.
Whether it's your next work truck or your personal driver, get the better deal at the Truck Network. Valley Ford of Huron, Valley Chevrolet Wellington, and Valley Ford Truck.
Brian Monse and Jerry Taylor bringing you Guardians baseball. 11-1 Cleveland, 8th inning, 2-2 pitch. High heat, full count. So it's traveling time for Rivera at third, Witt at second, Gallagher at first. The payoff. Swing and a pop-up into the seats behind the plate. We'll do it again at 3-2. 17,024 on a hot one in Kansas City. The payoff pitch. Fouled straight back. Oh, Gallagher had a cut. We'll do it again at 3-2. The payoff pitch. Strike three called. He looked at a fastball. So Karachek left them loaded. We'll go to the ninth. Cleveland 11, Kansas City 1 on the Cleveland Clinic Radio Network.
Whether it's your next work or truck, people truck
Mustard, the official mustard of the Cleveland with quality, tradition, and original ballpark mustard. The official.
From Progressive Field in the heart of Spears and eclectic small plates. Oh, Guardians. Play ball. Oh, Guardians. Play ball.
And you will receive unparalleled 24/7. Then learn more about electronic merchant systems.
Clay Travis and Buck Sexton. News and politics.
Second inning of relief work for Michael Taylor. It's 11-1. Cleveland on top. Ninth inning as Ahmed Rosario takes the ball from Michael Taylor. Ahmed Rosario, 2 for 4. Fouling it. 1 ball, 1 strike. Rosario, 2 singles hit by a pitch. Right-hander against right-hander. Now the 1-1. Swing and a high fly ball to deep left. Isbell back, track, wall, gone. Ahmed Rosario with a bomb to left. And that is his 4th. And he gets it off the center fielder, Michael Taylor. 12-1 Cleveland here in the 9th inning. 3-hit game for Rosario. That'll bring up Owen Miller, grounded out his only time up. That was 415 feet as the pitch foul, strike 1. So Cleveland's hit 3 home runs today, but the pitch in there is strike. And again, Taylor just lobbing it up there, 70 miles an hour. Now the 0-2, swung on line to center field. That'll be a base hit. So Owen Miller, as Cleveland now is banged out. 21 hits. They lead 12-1. Here's Ernie Clement, singled his only time up. Runner at first, nobody out, 9th inning. The pitch hit in the air to fairly deep right. Melendez going back. He's near the warning track, and he retires Ernie Clement for the out. That'll bring up Franmil Reyes. He is 2 for 5, a double, a single, and RBI. Reyes looks and takes a called strike. Taylor's ready, and the pitch waved at. And the count 0-2. Taylor works quickly and caught the outside corner, strike 3 call. He just gets the ball and goes right back. But he's doing the smart thing. He's a gold glove center fielder. He's just lobbing it up there in the 70-mile-an-hour range. No need to get hurt. Here's Andres Jimenez, 2 for 5, 2 singles, 2 RBIs. Jimenez checks and takes the strike. 12-1 Cleveland. We're in the ninth. The pitch swung and grounded up the middle. Diving back in and stop. Lopez has no play. And that'll be a third hit for Andres Jimenez. Stopping at second is Owen Miller. And that'll bring up Nolan Jones. Well, he got his first Major League homer, a 3-run blast, 457 feet into the water fountains in right center in the fourth. He is 1 for 3, also walked twice today. Taylor misses in, ball 1. 2 on, 2 out, 12-1 Cleveland, ninth inning. The set and pitch, outside ball 2, 2-0. The pitch, and he sends one into left field, a base hit. So an opposite field single to left. Nolan Jones has his second hit. Everybody moves up. Jimenez to second, Miller to third. Bases loaded, 2 down. 12-1 Cleveland. Here's catcher Luke Bailey. He is 1 for 4 with a double. The set and pitch. High, ball 1. The next offering, ball 2, it's up. Taylor firing, ball 3, it's high. Now the 3-0, ball 4, it's high. So Bailey walks, that'll force in a run to make it 13-1. Bailey's 6th RBI of the year. Oscar Mercado tapped to the mound against Taylor. Takes high, ball 1. Taylor's tired. He's already made 33 pitches. He delivers outside 2-0. The set and pitch. Bullseye. 2 balls and a strike. 2 in. 13-1 Cleveland, ninth inning. The 2-1 offering, swung on and drilled foul down the left side. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs, bases loaded. Cleveland up 12 at 13-1. Here it comes. And strike 3 call. Mercado didn't like it, but home plate umpire Copa says anything close is a strike now. It should be. Bottom of the ninth, next, 13-1 Guardians.
Living with a neurological condition in your back? For every care and
Volatility, have you worried? Head on betternow.com. Let us help you.
Planning services offered through W.A. Smith Financial. Planning services offered through W.A. Smith Financial, LLC. Investment advisory services offered through Great Lakes.
Known as Cozy and affiliate chain, the same great benefits Guardians.
With that fancy cheese, tots, and 1100.
Nick Sandlin will work the ninth inning. Cleveland blasting Kansas City 13-1. James Karinchak certainly had an eventful 8th inning as he had to make 26 pitches in that inning. Worked an inning, gave up 2 hits, walked the batter, struck out 2, but did not allow a run. Michael Taylor takes a look at a strike from Sandlin. Sandlin, primarily sinker slider. Sandlin, sidewinder, 21st appearance, 4-2, ERA 3.66. Fires low and away, 1-1 the count. Another guy that was down in Columbus a short while. We'll see if he's got it back yet. Rough time his last time up. His slider is waved at, and the count 1 ball, 2 strikes. Tristan McKenzie went 6 shutout innings. Cleveland today turned 4 double plays to back Trista McKenzie. And, of course, 13 runs on 23 hits. Sandlin into the motion. Here it comes. Fouled at the plate. Taylor today 0 for 3. The Zacks go at it tomorrow. Plesac and Greinke at 2:10. Rubber match in this 3-game series. Now the wide and the 1-2. In tight, 2-2. We're back here Labor Day. Kansas City. They finished the year with 6 games in Cleveland. Now the wide end, 2-2. Slider to the backstop. Full count. Now this has been Sandlin's issue. He's just not had command. 18 walks in 19 innings. The wide end, the payoff pitch. Swing and a foul tip hung on to by Maley for a strikeout. Carl Willis has implored Nick Sandlin to trust his stuff and to just fill up that strike zone like he did a year ago. Here's Nicky Lopez. 1 for 3, a single and a run batted in.
But you think ideal situations for both he and Karinchak here late in the lopsided game.
The pitch is waved at. You can't use them in this game, then you can't use them.
Yeah, that's just a chance to go out there and, as you said, pound the strike zone with nothing to really lose on that.
Down the wide end, the 0-1 pitch. Down and in, 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, the problem is, based on what Karinchak did today, Tito's not going to go to him at any point now with the game hanging in the balance unless he has no alternative. The 1-1. Swing and a foul tip. Took something off the slider. That was almost a curveball. 1-2 the count.
And when they were both at their best, those were pitchers you could bring on mid-inning in a jam to try and work out of that with no margin for error. They would get the job done.
Now the 1-2. Way outside, 2-2. The volatility of a bullpen. It's never the same year to year. Now the 2-2 delivery. Swing and a roller, slowly hit to the second baseman. Jimenez will throw on Lopez. I know this will sound absurd, but you can make an argument. The most consequential and important New York Yankee in the heyday was Mariano Rivera. For what, 12, 15 years? He never had a bad year. He never wavered. The Yankees never worried about the end of the game. Nobody has had a run of that length like Mariano Rivera and all of those postseason games that he pitched in. Here's Kyle Isbell taking a called strike. As great as Jeter was, there's no Yankee dynasty without Mariano Rivera. Now the windup. Now the 0-1 pitch. Swung on a chopper to first, backing up Miller. Gloves, overhand throw to Sandlin, covering, ball game. And the Cleveland Guardians not only get a much-needed win, but just as importantly, a blowout. Final today, Cleveland 13, Kansas City 1.
Keep on trucking with Valley Ford. You're on.
Chromebox spoken feedback is ready. All changes saved. Live streaming, YouTube Studio. Expand menu. Button. Account profile photo that opens screen. Disabled. Webcam. Disabled. Manage. Disabled. Send feedback. Button. Mute. Toggle button. Share. Button. Press search plus end screen. Dialog. Close. Button. List box. With 15 items. WhatsApp. Button. Twitter. Button. Email. Button. Kakao. Button. Reddit. Button. PK. Button. OK. Button. Press search. Okay. Username, email address, or phone number. Live streaming, YouTube Studio. List. Blogger, button. Tumblr, button. LinkedIn, button. Skyrock, button. Mix, button. Do, button. Button. Copy video link, button. Close, button. Expand menu. Account profile photo that of the stream. Disabled. Webcam. Disable. Manage. Disable. Send feedback. Mute. Toggle button. Share, button. End screen, button. Edit, button. End screen, button. Exit screen, dialog. Not yet, button. End, button.